he didn't make it. Hey, family, it's your girl Shay Boogie, and I am in the building, but I am not alone. We are here with my brother Words. Can you say what's up, Words?
What's up, everybody? I'm out here hanging with my girl Shay Boogie. You know what we do. We just talking to you.
Just talking to you. How was your weekend?
Work. And whenever I thought about sitting down again, I had to work some more.
There you go. I understand that truly.
Uh,
Whew, my weekend was kind of tiring, but a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I got to help a friend celebrate a birthday, but it ended in some drama. But such is life.
and
Yeah, because okay, I hadn't ate. I was up at 5 this morning and I hadn't had breakfast and I didn't know the plan for breakfast. So I know how my friend is. I know that once she set in her mind that she wants to hit the road, she finna hit the road. So I had asked to stop at McDonald's and she got an attitude. So so I said, never mind, just go on. And then I did kind of do something that was a little disrespectful to her sister, but I apologize. So then we get ready to stop at McDonald's and um she says um she said do I really need to stop? Or can I keep going? I'm like, but I haven't eaten. That was the craziest situation. So, but yeah, so it was just a whole thing. But overall, it was a great weekend. I had a good time. My feelings just got a little hurt. So that's all. But anyway, I see you got on mute. So I'm gonna keep on rolling. I'm gonna find me some black excellence because I haven't done black excellence in a while. So I'm gonna find somebody real quick. And I apologize that I had to pull it up on my phone because I'm supposed to be together. But when your nerves is bad. So let's see. Um, let's see. I just ran across the video pre-summer. Let me find some. Diddy is trying to launch Empire Global, the newest face in black business marketplace arena. I don't know. Dealing with Diddy is bad for business because Bad Boy was a perfect example of that. Some of his, he didn't pay some of his people. So I had to look at that. Let's see. Ken Griffey Jr., if you don't know who that is, he is a successful baseball player, and his father also played baseball. Ken Griffey Jr. partners with the MLB for first ever HBCU Swingman Classic. So let's see. July 7th, Baseball Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. partnered with MLB for the first ever HBCU Classic, kicking off All-Star Week in Seattle. The game brought players from 17 historically Black colleges and universities to showcase their talents on a national stage. Well, I didn't even know that they needed to do that. Like, I don't watch baseball, so I did not realize that they had to showcase that baseball had gone down in the ratings. The goal of the Swingman Classic is to amplify the strength and talent of Division I HBCU players. That's important because a lot of HBCU colleges people don't get recruited from unless they're major schools. The programs are great and strong, allowing these players to shine on this national platform during All-Star Week. That's a victory. So good for Ken Griffey Jr. bringing the spotlight back to HBCU sports and primarily baseball. So good for him. That's awesome. So I'll do one more. Let's see. Michael B. Jordan. Let's look at that. Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan is the new proud owner of a Formula One car racing team. That's awesome. So Michael B. Jordan has joined Wrexham FC owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McHellen, I can't say his name, as a new investor in Formula One team Alpine. The Creed star has joined a collective of investors in the Renault-owned team, taking a 24% stake in the car racing company that amounts to about $220 million. The stake will fall under Ryan Reynolds' Maximum Effort Investments company, making Jordan one of the few Black owners in the Formula One industry. You know, Ryan Reynolds is a smart man. That man has his hands in everything. He has a soccer team. He's in Formula One. He's part of Mint. He used to own Mint, and then he sold it off to T-Mobile, and now he's making money still as the doing the commercials. And Ryan Reynolds is amazing. He is a very smart businessman. I need to take classes because wow. All right, words, are you ready or should I keep going?
I am. Keep going. I got it. I'm just all right, bro. Yep. I am ready.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if I was talking too much or, you know.
No, good. You good. Somebody had walked up on me and was asking me questions.
Okay. All right.
And I was explaining to him the game at the same time you was explaining it.
Gotcha. Oh, Crimea River. Gotcha. Okay. So last week we had a lot of women's issues going on. So we just thought we would touch on them and kind of catch ourselves up with what's going on in the news and you know, just give some polite input, not the personal, strictly business, just opinions.
Right. Right.
All right.
So don't get mad at me, ladies. I like women.
I'm gonna keep them in check.
Skinny women.
No, right. Sir. No, but, sir.
I don't like all y'all. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't for the community.
Look, already right there, sir. Not even 5 minutes in.
Hey, I had to make a disclaimer, man, because they'll be talking about I got community needs. No, I
don't. My ears is
burning. Community mouthpiece, but that's about it. I talk a hole in your ear. That's about it.
Well, this is a record. I'm saying not even 5 minutes in. This is a record. This is a record. Okay. Well, let's start out with India.Arie and work our way forward. How about that? So
nice.
The story is India.Arie. Let me roll back. India.Arie criticizes two major artists behind their Essence Fest performance. And if y'all didn't see Essence Fest, you missed a serious treat. It was the 50 years of rap music celebration too. Oh, it was on point. You didn't see it? I know you did. I was about to ask words, but I know you didn't see it because you don't watch TV, do you?
No, I sure don't. But I went home the other day. Yeah, I was watching Avatar 2.
Oh, the water
seen that. I need to go back and watch number 1.
Wow.
Good. I mean, when I say I watched it about 3 times. Like, oh, this is good.
Wow, look at that. I don't if I got into Avatar like that. I was like, I didn't get into it, but I fell asleep on it. So maybe I'll give it a watch. But I've kind of
Man,
felt
I like the fact how they can plug into the animals and the trees. They can plug right in. I like that.
Yep. So back to India. She criticized Megan Thee Stallion for allowing a twerkathon during her performance, so what a twerkathon is during Megan's concerts, she allows the crowd to come, some of the crowd to come on stage and twerk it out with her. And you know how some women get when they twerk, right? They can go a little above and beyond, especially Megan Thee Stallion on stage. You know what I'm saying? You're going to twerk to your little heart's content. So she said that Megan is not showing Black women in the most positive light in allowing them to come up on stage and twerk like that. Then she criticized Janelle Monáe for showing her breast on stage. So what do you feel about that? Words?
Well, how can I say this? I want the women to understand this.
Okay.
All females, not women.
Okay.
So what I don't like, and this is just me, I don't like how our women turn around and try to cover the ones that are not, and try to say that, hey, you're this over here, and then want me to look at it that way. No, when I look at that, I see a bitch. I see a one night stand. But when I look at you, I see a wife, something that I want for a life. It's a difference.
Okay. So basically what
So
you're saying. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it's no different with men. Some men you look at and you say, oh, that's for tonight. Whereas there's other ones you look at, you might look at a boy and say, well, that boy for tonight. He might have an age to where he's legal, but he's a boy because of how he lives his life. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna use him for his parts. I'm not gonna use him for nothing serious.
Okay, so
you understand what?
Right. So because the women are projecting themselves on stage in that fashion, you don't think that they will be seriously considered wifey material?
It's not just about on stage. It's a walk of life, the way you basically live your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't just put it on what happened on stage, but I don't know a woman that would do that. Do you know one?
I mean, I met a few this weekend. But okay, so I'm gonna say it like this.
Now I'm for I understand when girls, like when women get together and they have a girls night out, and you know what I mean. Nothing's 100%.
Right.
So you're 90% a woman, but 10% of the time you go out and you let your hair down, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. But when the whorish nature, or should I say the Jezebel spirit, is 90% of you, then at that point, that's a whole different program.
So do you think that India had a point to what she said about Megan Thee Stallion allowing those people to come up there? Like
no,
that?
she did not have a point.
Okay.
She didn't. Because Megan Thee Stallion target audience is not women, it's bitches and hoes. And that's point blank period. Her target audience ain't women, ain't career women. Her target audience is not your target audience, India Irie. Your target audience is what? I like the way he thinks. well, I can't even sing her song right now, but
Right.
anyhow, y'all don't have the same target audience. So therefore, you can't look for the same thing to come back to you. Just leave it
That's a good
alone.
point. That's a good point. It is not the target audience. Megan was talking, had her target audience on stage. But here's the thing though. Let's say even if it was like a career-minded person who decided what she wanted to go on stage, isn't that okay for this occasion? Like she could just be letting her hair down, and it's Megan Thee Stallion, who's not gonna go up there and kind of show out a little bit.
Or somebody that got something to lose.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still once in a lifetime, you know.
Yeah. But if you guys, the thing about it, the only ones that would do that are the ones that have nothing to lose.
Okay,
If you
so
got something, if you have something to lose, your ass ain't gonna be up there talking about none of that. You ain't even gonna be at that concert.
I mean, you can go to the concert, but that don't mean that you have to be up on stage twerking.
You're not finna catch me at a Megan Thee Stallion concert. Nothing against Megan, but it's the crowd she draw.
Right.
So
Yeah.
therefore, you're not gonna catch me at that because I know what the outcome is when the crowd let out.
Yeah, that's true. That is possible, but it was Essence Fest in this instance. So it could have still been the same result, but usually Essence Fest has a pretty decent crowd. I hadn't heard of any incidents, but usually people with they're going to Essence Fest, they know they're going to have to act a certain way. So
Right, like when you even hear the word essence, that don't go with a Megan Thee Stallion performance. The
well,
word essence.
I think since it was the 50 years of rap, they thought they would
Okay.
have a rapper, because and it was three women. So like on one night it was Lauryn Hill, on the next night it was Missy Elliott, and on the last night it was Megan Thee Stallion.
Right. So how you go from Lauren to it's the crowd though. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want it to like I'm talking bad about her because no, she's peaked the weakness in the game and she's selling it.
Yeah, that's true.
Understand what I'm saying? I'm not knocking her, not at
Uh-huh.
all. But
Uh-huh.
this is where our women or men, because it ain't just women no more that's talking like NDRE,
Yeah.
or men, when you try to change Jezebel into a wholesome wife, that not gonna happen. You might as well quit trying.
Yeah.
You can't turn her into a wholesome woman. She is what she is. She is the one that makes sure your husband come back at night. That's who she is. So
Well,
allow her to be who she is.
that's true.
You know
Okay,
what I
so
mean? They're the ones that make your husband say, you know what? It's safer for me to be at home. I'm going home.
that is that. And there's also
So
ones that will try to take your husband regardless,
go try it. But at the end of the day, a motherfucker gonna get on down though. Like, now I'm
Yeah,
going to the crew. You know what you got to offer. Been there, done it.
that is true. I'm gonna say this. I kind of see both sides. Like I can see where you're coming from as far as the know your audience kind of thing. Megan Thee Stallion is going to draw a certain type of crowd, so that crowd would be excited to get up on stage and twerk 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 twerk. So as far as what India said, I think that I get what she's saying. Every time you see us, a lot of times we are out there shaking our butts and we are known for more things, but I think that you can separate, the woman from the dance. There's career-minded women who like to let their hair down and twerk. It's a release. It's a moment. It's Megan Thee Stallion. So even if it was a PhD, a professor, I think if she
Right.
enjoys the music and gets lucky enough to get picked, it's not, she's going to work.
Now imagine this. A professor, she gets picked. You got a son finna hit college, and you
Uh-huh.
see that that's his instructor. What's your next move?
As far as what? Am I going to tell it to the college, or am I
Or
going
are
to
you
say I
telling your
don't want my
son
son
drop
in
that?
her class?
Telling your, are you telling your son drop that class, pick you a different instructor?
Uh, uh, um, I
Or if
think
that's your doctor, are you still allowing that person to work on you?
I think if I would honestly, if I found out that it was a professor that she could potentially teach my son, I think I would have to read up on her reviews. Now, if she's not a good teacher, but she out here have, twerking or whatnot, I would have to check her reputation, and if it's not solid, then maybe I'd have to think about it. But that too in itself is wrong, because why am I penalizing her or possibly taking my son out of a good teacher's class just because they were out after hours? It wasn't like they were doing twerking in class, So I don't.
I understand.
I,
See, I'm coming. It's me. Maybe it's me, Shay, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Maybe
uh-huh,
it's me. I was always, I'm always taught. I was taught you have to represent yourself well,
right.
meaning that, meaning that you when you're considering yourself to be a professional
Uh-huh.
and you're holding a lot comes with that. You know, have you heard the scripture that says to much is given, much is required?
Right.
Meaning that, like, for me, that doesn't mean like, oh, I'll go make $1 million now. I gotta go spend 750,000 on people that I don't know. That means no, I have to separate myself.
Right.
Meaning that because I'm a professional, yeah, I know how to do this. Yeah, I like to do it, but I got to push self to the side and say, no, I can't represent myself in that light right there anymore because I'm also in this light over here.
Uh-huh. And I get what you're saying, but that would be like teachers aren't supposed to go out drinking. Yeah, they are. You can go out and drink, and and you shouldn't have to limit yourself just because of your profession. You should, I would pick the right time. Like if I was a teacher and Megan Thee Stallion called me on stage at the Essence Festival, I don't know if I would do it. But if I'm at a club somewhere and I know that it's not being recorded, then I would go ahead and do it. I would.
Everything's in 2024. Everything's recorded.
Everything's
2020,
recorded.
everything recorded. There's nothing you can do in this life that's not gonna be recorded. And I'm not an advocate. This is what I'm not an advocate for. I want to make this disclaimer. I'm not an advocate for what you do off the clock that influences your money. Meaning that if I'm like in her in an instructor situation, oh, I'm over here twerking, now I done lost my job. I'm not an
Right.
advocate for what you're doing off the clock unless you finna pay me for my off time. Because when I'm off, I'm off. I can go
Right.
do me.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? I'm not an advocate for that. But also, like I say, since we live in a world where they push the envelope on that, then it's also called go sit your ass down somewhere.
And that's true.
Leave that,
You have to be
leave
aware.
that. It's a bunch of them that can do it and not get in trouble for it. So
Right.
leave it to them.
And I mean, but I get what you're saying, but there's a right place, right time. Essence Fest may not be the right place, but like going out to maybe a club, that could be the right time. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be limited just because of your profession. Or, you shouldn't be limited just because you're a woman and you want to twerk in this moment. You shouldn't have to be judged. And it's not body shaming, but there shouldn't be any judgment just because these women decided to take this opportunity. Some of them, it was their birthday. They took this opportunity to dance with Megan Thee Stallion. Who would not?
This is becoming a god awful trend all in the same hand.
It's becoming a god awful trend. Why is it a god awful? Why?
Every time you look up, our women got their ass in the earth.
Yeah, we do like to twerk.
And I'm not knocking the hustle, but however, like I say, like for me personally, I draw a line right there. And this is
Right.
me personally. When I want to deal with it, I come on this side of the line. When I don't want to deal with it, I go to the other side of the line.
Okay.
I don't straddle both of them at the same time.
Okay.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
But with that, when I draw the line and I step on that side of the line, then I know what comes with that side of the line.
Okay.
And I'm not taking nothing serious that I meet on that side of the line.
Okay.
It just is what it is.
Right.
Now, when I cross back over to the other side of the line, then okay, now I'll be more coherent and more cordial and more into a person that I meet on the other side of the line.
Gotcha.
It is what it is. But like I say, fee just because you got a kitty cat that don't make you no woman.
Okay, so so let's touch on Janelle. I'm gonna move on. What do you think about Janelle Monáe lifting up her shirt and exposing one of her breasts?
Same thing.
Same.
Like at Essence Festival, you do realize that it's kids in the crowd, right?
People
bring their whole families to.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Therefore, once again, that's not a woman. Quit classifying that as being you.
What do you think it's not a woman?
Meaning that a woman has characteristics. She's not gonna do that. She's not a woman. A woman will not put herself out there on. A woman is humble. It's characteristics that come with a woman.
Okay.
Just like characteristics that come with a man. A man ain't gonna put himself in jeopardy, just like a woman not gonna do that.
Okay, I got you. So
you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a humble nature that comes with the woman.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a humble nature that comes with a man.
Okay.
An humble individual is not. They can be male or female, but they haven't fully made it to maturity, to where they've matured out of what they were doing. Like, say for instance, the track star Sha'Carri Richardson.
Uh-huh.
She showed me something the other day.
Okay, what did she do?
She lined up in her orange wig, right?
Right. Oh.
When she pulled the orange wig off and threw it.
Right.
She showed me the elevation. I've elevated. I'm not doing that shit over there no more.
Right. And I did admire that. Yes, I did admire that. Because
I see what that yeah.
I'm shedding this skin and moving into this skin.
Exactly. Even though we all go through that evolution, but you don't get the title of being a man or a woman, and you have not took the prerequisite courses to get there.
Right.
Like you haven't.
She got burned. She got burned last year. You know, people dogged her out, but not knowing that she was going through the loss of her mother, you know, and she was, you know, not only maybe acting out, but grieving. And that was her process. But now she's coming back. And like you said, she's shown a little humility by taking off that wig. And you haven't heard her in no interviews going off and being like extra spicy like she used to, you know.
She's saying that that's not gonna get her where she's trying to go.
Right.
It's
Right.
like you would never heard a bee tell a fly, honey, sweeter than shit. So
Mm-hmm.
why somebody like India Ari trying to tell these women, trying to tell these females over her, be a woman, don't be this over her.
Yep. That's
You'll
true.
never fly tell her, you'll never hear a bee tell a fly, honey, sweeter than shit. Honey can be right next to a pile of shit, and what is that fly gonna pick?
The the shit. So but yeah,
Exactly. So you got
but I feel like this. I like what you said about the family thing. You know, people do bring their whole families, but to me, too, a lot of women rest on being sexy. Because when Janelle first came out, she was wearing, you know, those black and white suits, and she made great music. Now she moved into this thing where she's talking about being fluid and loving who you love. I didn't think that was necessarily what she needed to do to be, you know, relevant. Because, I mean, ma'am, you have Oscars in acting, you're a well respected musician. I didn't think she needed that theatric. You didn't need to show your breasts.
right,
You know, you have a level of respect that a lot of these people are trying to get to. So I think she kind of lowered the bar by raising her shirt, you know, especially in that moment. It was Essence Fest. Like, you, even with a pasty on, it still didn't need to be done. I think you, like you said, you have to move a certain way when your name is big, you know. So to me, that wasn't necessary. I enjoyed the performance, but it kind of got smudged just a little bit, you know. I
right,
think I think your boy
right,
may be
right.
trying to join us. Uh
Hey, I know that I liked don't get me wrong, I like seeing a bunch of women twerking. Don't get me wrong. I
right.
like it. However, once again, once I'm on that side of the line, I know what come with it. And you can't
Right.
expect me to say for it, like if I've never seen twerk, Shay, I approach you in a certain fashion. But once I see you go down that road, you can't get mad at that if we talking and I call you a bitch now.
Oh, wait a
Cause you
minute.
doing bitch
Oh,
shit.
no, hold up. Now let's roll back on that, because
Understand, understand what I'm saying? I'm
I
talking
understand
in
what you're saying, but even in talking to a woman, if she was twerking, though, you don't necessarily have to call her that. Even if you think it in your head and you don't respect some of her actions, she doesn't need to be called a bitch. There's
but
a
I'm talking
reason. I think
now.
sometimes. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I
No, you
think
what I'm saying
sometimes.
is about twerking.
Okay,
Understand?
yeah,
You carry yourself like a bitch or a hoe. You can't get mad if somebody call you one.
but see, I think that sometimes you men allow that word bitch to fly a little too much. Now,
That shit though.
wait. I get what you're saying, maybe about I get what you're saying. You know, if a woman doesn't
That's
represent herself, wait, huh?
that Megan Thee Stallion represents hoes. She represent that. Period. So if you're on stage twerking for her, then it is what it is.
But it don't. But I mean, again, it's a
That,
moment, and it doesn't necessarily. To me, that's a little strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you say, but I
but
think
if you
it's just
need to draw
bounced around
perspective,
too much.
if you force me to draw a perspective and I call it how I see it, can you
You,
get mad that I called it that way?
I'm not getting mad because, you know, everybody has an opinion. If you see it that way, I'm just stating sometimes I think men use the word bitch and hoe a little too much. Like you can't come like every woman is not a bitch just because she twerks. Cause
See,
that could be the mother of 4 kids at the house who gets up and go to work. Now, do I want to see it all the time? No, I don't. But it happens.
Kids, so that don't matter. They come in all shapes, form, and fashion. But once again, a banker gonna carry themselves one way, and a motherfucking somebody that do the pavement on the street carry themselves in a whole different way.
Right, but I mean, both may
You
twerk.
understand what I'm saying?
Both may twerk. Right, I get what you're saying. I do, but I'm just saying.
On stage twerk, in concert. The next thing that I'm gonna say is, "Oh, that's a hoe."
But, and I get it, but not all women, you know, it's a moment. It's a moment. I mean, if Megan pointed me out and said, you want to come up here and twerk, I may not twerk to the level that I saw, but I'm gonna get up there. It's Megan Thee Stallion.
Now understand this, because right there, that's called idolizing a human. When you're willing to sacrifice your own personal being for what somebody else is talking about. Now, I lost my train of thought. Oh Lord, I lost my train of thought. What I'm physically saying is, don't tune so much in on just twerking. Twerking is nothing more than dancing. Nothing wrong with a good dance, right?
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Once again, once you force a person to draw a particular perspective about you, and at the end of the day, the first impression is the only impression you get. Period. That's the only one you get. Now, once you force somebody to draw that impression of you, it might not be you, but now you got to spend the time to clean that up. It's your image.
I can definitely understand that. I can.
Meaning
that's true.
That guy, if I'm a guy, I might not have a lick of crack in my pocket. Might get up and take my ass to work every day. Right?
Right.
Now, why am I standing on the corner drinking a brew with the guys?
Right.
If I don't want the rest to come with being with the guys.
Right. Okay.
Understand what I'm saying?
I do. You do, and it's right. But
in that situation, male tagged ass. Oh, it's being a nigga. That's a nigga right there. Don't mess with that. And I might be the nicest guy in the world. I might not ain't never did nothing wrong. It's just that at that split moment, you saw me standing on the corner drinking the beer.
True.
But that one moment will follow me the rest of my days.
And that's true, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's just the dance. That dance, she can stop that at any time. She can go home and put it on a suit. So you could see her one way with her nails down, fire red hair. She go home, put on the black conservative suit with the black hair, and go to her respectable job. So does
what you saying, but it don't work that way in the man's mind.
Well, I mean, that's what's wrong with a lot of you men. Like y'all don't. I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. What is the first rule of life?
What is the first rule of life? I don't know.
Self-preservation.
Okay.
In the art of self-preservation, anything that's not going to propel me forward going to get looked at negatively. Period. That don't change for nobody. Male, female, it don't matter. Self-preservation is number one. So therefore, if you do anything that you allow a person to see you do that don't know you, that don't personally know you, and you do it, the next thing that will kick in for anybody watching self-preservation, this is that, I'm staying away from it. And that might not be you at all. So don't knock a man for a man saying that and then saying, "Oh, that's a hoe. I'm staying away from it." So what are we gonna do? Tell men, "Nah, go deal with hoes." You can't have it both ways.
Well, I mean, but that's just one snippet, one moment in somebody's life. And
All it
if
takes is one moment. How
you could prejudge, but
now
if
it's called how many people right now are doing 100 years for one moment in their life?
but that's totally different that's not this moment. We're just simply talking about dancing, and you know what I'm saying? That's something stronger. And I get what you're saying, but in that moment in dancing, once she leave off the stage, now granted, I agree, a lot of these girls and all these videos and everywhere you look is twerk, 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 twerk. But this was for a particular reason, and I didn't see nothing wrong with taking a moment to be on stage with an artist whose music you enjoy. Even if the video pops back up and see you dancing, then it was a moment.
Right. And those moments cause oops count. Oops count.
Okay.
Oops count.
Well, we got a oops counts, but it shouldn't be that oops to where you're gonna be a hoe.
Oops count.
Okay.
And if I'm telling you that when you have a lot of men are judging the game on those strict rules right there, where oops count, you can say, "Give me some leeway." Why would I give you leeway when the woman right there say, "Don't give me leeway"? I'm gonna walk it right. So why would I give you leeway when I know women that don't want that leeway?
How does to me, it's not that serious to have to call a woman a bitch or a hoe just because she's twerking.
I understand what you're saying. You tuned in to on just the twerking part.
I'm not tuned into the twerking part.
I'm telling you,
moving past that. I get what you're saying. You're saying that the first impression matters, but what I'm saying is
it matters. And
once you carry it can be very deceiving as well.
It can be. Not disagreeing with that at all. Because there's things I've personally done in life to where I'm carrying a rap for something that I am not. But that's okay. You understand what I'm saying? That's okay. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not a people pleaser. So if you draw that perspective off of what I'm doing, then I'm not for you anyway. That's okay too.
Right.
Understand that's okay. However, when it's all said and done, everything were a uniform. Everything were a uniform. You can't get past the uniform that nothing were. Everything wears a uniform. And if it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck.
I think we're just going, I get what you're saying, but it's not, to me, it's not that serious. Like, and I'm not one to be, all up there, but it's a bitch or a hoe, it should not just for a moment on stage, because you don't know past that moment.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But once again, if you force me to draw that perspective and I say that, then it is what it is. You can't get mad that you made me draw this and I called that.
Okay. Well, we go draw another perspective.
I go into a strip club and they all right with me calling them hoes and bitches and they doing particular things and I'm tipping them for what they doing and they okay with it. Now when I come back over her and you doing the same thing, why come I can't call you that?
Because I don't want to be called that. You know what I'm saying? Like every girl took it for the money, but the next chick may not take it for the money and tell you where to go.
Okay, I can see what I see what you're saying. I see what you say. I see what you're saying. But like I said, I know the old school women that don't show themselves in that light.
Right. And but not every woman,
Hey,
I
not every
mean, the old school woman another one may punch you in the face. Like
female.
1 out of 3 is gonna be upset and tell you where to go. At least 1 out of 3. She not gonna,
Not
and really it may be 3 out of 3 because no woman, a bitch is a fighting word.
right. No woman's gonna accept that. That's why you're not accepting it because you're not a bitch or a hoe. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So
So
that's
I get it.
what you won't do is you won't put yourself in a light that's gonna show you as a bitch or a hoe.
But at the same time, in that light, I may twerk. I may bust it out at the core, bust it down, bust it out. I may even, and I'm not even a Megan Thee Stallion. I listen to some of her songs, but I'm not like a huge fan. But if I accidentally get caught on stage for Megan Thee Stallion, I'm not gonna turn it down. It's a moment on stage.
All money not good money though.
But I know, and I realize that, but I would still, wait a minute, I would still represent a level of comfortability for myself, So some women are more comfortable. There was one girl who had her legs wide open for us to see her generations. I disagree with that. But for me, I would, it would just be a light twerk enough to where, hey, I'm comfortable. Because at the end of the day, no, I do not want to do all that. Some are more free than others, but again, it's a moment in time. It was somebody's birthday, so it shouldn't, a bitch or a hoe is a little strong to call them because, okay, well, you twerking, so you a bitch.
It's not. It's not. Nah, I see once again you tuning in on twerking.
No, I'm
once
just
again,
no, but it was
the back.
The topic we was talking about.
No, that wasn't what I said.
Okay, well, roll back.
I said that you can't get mad if you're doing this, and the next word a male calls you is a bitch or a hoe.
If I'm doing what though? You're talking about twerking.
Bitch or hoe, have bitch or hoe tendencies. That's a whole tendency on stage. Twerking. That's a whole tendency. She represent hoes. And more power to her. More power to I'm not knocking her for doing that. But understand this, it's a line in the sand. That's what she represents. So there's no way a woman should cross that line and say, I want to be with the hoes and expect to come back over and now I want to be with the women. No, it's no different than me. There's no way I should be able to cross the line and go over her and deal with everything that's destroying our community, then come back and say, well, guess what? Today I'm a man.
You're talking about twerking. I'm not focusing in on it. I'm just saying that that for what we're talking about, you said that a woman, if she goes on stage with Megan Thee Stallion, right? Am I on point so far?
You can't get mad if somebody calls you a bitch or a hoe after that.
Okay, so that is in reference to twerking. Because that was the subject that we were talking about.
There's a subcategory up under that, meaning that Stallion represents the hot girl life, the thought girl life, the hoes, what she represents. So if she calls you out and you go for it, that means you're eating at her table. That's the perception. That doesn't literally mean you're eating at her table, but that's the perception that majority will see.
Okay, and again, that perception is for you to have that perception is at first glance, okay, you can draw a perception, but it's the wrong perception because how are you going to stick by that perception and you don't know me?
At that point right there, once again, the first rule of life is self-preservation. And we staying away from bitches and hoes over here.
Okay.
Because it's not gonna serve me no purpose. Understand what I'm saying?
I
So there,
understand what you're saying.
it's like, okay, I don't know you. Oh, that's a bitch, man. I ain't got time for it. I'm going the other way now. I'll never see you again. But that don't mean that you ain't got that category from me now.
Well, and that don't mean that it's the right category, because you may see me somewhere else again, dressed in my business clothes. Wait, let me ask you. Wait, let me ask you. No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let's say that I did what I did. You saw me, and immediately in your head, you were like, "Oh, she's a hoe." Okay. Then let's say we meet up. You go to the grocery store, and you see me in my 9 to 5 clothes, my nice purse, my beautiful accessories, my hair is on point, and you start talk to me. You ask me for my phone number, right? So then let's say 2 months, let's say 6 months goes by. You have strong feelings for me. Then in talking, I say, yeah, I went to the Essence Festival, and guess what happened to me? Megan Thee Stallion pulled me on stage, and I got to twerk. Are you gonna let me go? Am I still a hoe?
Yeah, look, let me break it down to you. Now, I ain't talking about all men. I'm talking about me. If I done peeped you on the stage, one, and I run into you in the gas station, I'm automatically gonna be able to put 2 and 2 together.
But you can't see me. You cannot know. You won't remember me after that performance. You know that you are, if 9 times out of 10, you are not going to be close enough to where you can see every face. And if I'm twerking, the only thing you're going to see is my behind. So you're not going to really remember who I am.
Do you really want to know what will go through my mind? I can only speak about me. Okay. I'm not speaking about men. I'm speaking about me. The moment you let it roll off your tongue, you did that. You just like the other motherfuckers I done had in my life. That's where that's going. And then I'm gonna act accordingly.
Okay, so you would let me go. You would walk away from a solid relationship behind.
You want to know the truth? I'm a fuck first.
Oh,
then that's the whole truth behind it. Because now I gotta test you to see if you are a hoe.
But if we 6 months in, so I'm already sure that we done already had relations.
And that's a red flag.
How is it a red flag if we are in a relationship? Like, we've been together 6 months. We've had sex.
It don't matter. A flag is a flag.
So what? Okay, so now what? You gonna, to me, it sounds like you trying to hit it one more time before you say goodbye for this. That's what it sounds like.
Now you get the picture.
Oh, sir, that's a waste. Because if we was in a good relationship and you let me go, that could be a regret.
On who? In this life, we regret nothing. Once again, we speaking about me. I'm not speking about other men.
I understand it, but you can have a regret, because there will never be another another one that could treat you good like that last one.
I regret the things I don't do. That's what my regrets are. What I don't do, never on what I did.
Okay.
That's me though. You are
okay, that's you, and that's fine. You know, we all got opinions. We got to talk about it. That's what we're doing. Okay.
And what I'm saying, what I won't say is I would terminate, meaning that now I got to test the waters to check the character.
But you just said that you would end the relationship. You would fuck and run. That's what you just. That's what you just said.
I said, if you really want to know, I'm gonna plot on fucking one more time and getting on down.
That's the same thing you just said. Because I asked you, you would walk away, and you said yes.
I would walk away, but however, I still believe in giving a person an opportunity
No, but
because
that's not an opportunity because you plotting. You could, instead of doing all this plotting, why not just sit down and have an intelligent conversation and ask the questions?
you want a man to have a conversation that a man sitting there telling you he's not gonna have.
Say
I'm
that
not having
one
that
more time.
conversation. I'm not having that conversation. There's too many other conversations to have than over some bitch and hoe shit. If you like bitch and hoe shit, go for it. I'm not
Okay,
going with it.
wait a minute though, but that's not, why not just sit down and say, you know what, hey,
It's
I,
not. I'm not doing it. No man does that.
what?
Every man like they balls drain, and we gonna hit until you figure that shit out.
Oh, sir. Woo.
It's the game. That's what the game is. It's
And,
no
and and
different.
that's why everybody is single, because y'all playing too many games as grown people. Like, just sit
You
down and use your words. Why do you
realize,
have to sit here
realize
and plot and plan and I'm a
that
foot? She's that is so immature.
say what you say. It's immature to be on stage twerking too, ain't
No, it's a dance. And
it?
I'm not agreeing with it, but I'm just saying it is a dance.
I'm telling
And
you what that bring out of me. So if you don't want that to come out of me, then how dare you even tell me about something like that? Because now you get what how you apply yourself in life. Period. That's how I move. I'm not gonna give I'm not gonna give a person the side of me that I've known. If I know she done ran the streets all these years, I'm not gonna give her the good side of me.
how do you, sir? It's a whole bunch of judgments going on this one dance because
What
again,
did
you don't even if you doing all that and you don't
I
discover this about this lady until she tells you this, and then what
that's
did you do for
free.
6 months? Then you
Hey,
didn't know her in the whole 6 months that y'all was together. Did you
no,
ask any
mean
questions?
that don't mean that. You do know it's such thing as a deal breaker, don't you?
But
This is
you just
this
said that. You just
yeah,
said
why
that.
really talk about your past with new people. That's why you don't do that because it's called a deal breaker. You can't go in the you can't you it's called the deal breaker. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's some things are
Okay,
deal
well, say it's a deal breaker for you, but all this other stuff, I'm gonna hit it, and now I'm gonna plot and see. Nah, sir, that's not deal breaking. That's you being a hoe.
whatever. I'll be that because you was one first.
What?
That's how I rock. And if you don't like it, bye.
I'm gonna give you an evil
And that's that.
and I'm gonna move on, sir, because we need to move on to the next topic. Okay, so uh let's talk about Keke Palmer real quick, and then we'll move to the lady tossed out at the restaurant. So last week, Keke Palmer, Lord Jesus, I feel it coming, but Keke Palmer celebrated her birthday. She wore a sexy bodysuit. It had a thong backing. And then over it, she wore a sheer dress that went down to her ankles, right? She went to the Usher concert in Vegas. Okay. In the video that was played, Usher danced on Keke. It wasn't nothing sexual, nothing like that. Usher does this with all the famous ladies who comes to his show, or even regular ladies. He dances with at least one or two ladies a night. So Keke hugged him. She was fangirling. It was Usher. And her boyfriend gets on YouTube. Now, generally, Keke and her boyfriend are kind of a private couple. They usually don't get on the social media and talk about their relationship. And right before she went to the concert, she texts, "Oh, I'm so in love with my man." Okay. So he sees the video from the Usher concert because she might have went live or something like that. And he said, "What's up with that dress? You a mom though," or something like that. So he was upset about the dress being so sexy and her dancing up on Usher. So the social media went crazy saying that he was in the wrong for being upset that she wore that dress and that she got excited about Usher. So what do you feel about that so far?
Once again, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one of them things again. Well, one thing that I've learned is that you said she's a mother.
Yes.
One thing I've learned about dealing with women is their sexuality is keen. Meaning, meaning it's not too many women that don't like compliments from other men.
Okay.
That comes with the game, especially when you're dealing with a woman that has children. I don't know what that is, but it seems like it's a sex appeal thing. So it's nothing wrong with feeling yourself,
Uh-huh.
you know. Once again, but we're right back to that same mark again. When you ain't discreet in how you feeling yourself, then and you set yourself out there to where it's like anybody can get it, then you can't get mad about the outcome.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
like if you got a guy at home, certain things got to be put away.
Okay. I can understand what you're saying. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm gonna throw this at you. With that being said, so Darius records Kiki shaking her behind in a cat suit, and he posted. So does that make a difference in what you just said? Like if he's posting it, does it matter? Does it change the scheme of things? She's still a mother if he posted.
Right, but you got another equation in there. Now she hooked up with another man.
It wasn't disrespectful hugging. It was her hugging Usher.
It don't matter who he is.
So what does that mean though?
What does what mean?
What do you mean by now we got to add in another factor? Why do you have to add that in?
Because that's how men view things. It
That's
don't matter that
that's not a reason, rhyme, or an excuse. That's how men do things. Well, I mean, that's
that
silly. And that's how you
no,
lose
it's
your
not.
good
No, it's
woman.
not.
It is.
What you say? Well, I mean, say what you say.
It's just the
Say what
real
you
of the
say.
real though. Like, so you gonna let a whole relationship go because
Yeah,
you
because
see
you know why?
that is
You
some
know why? You know
why.
why? Because you're outnumbered. There's more of you than it is of me. So the answer would be yes to that.
I
Whenever you're
think that
dealing with,
that is a little that is
but it's
crazy.
hey, it's the law of the averages. So if you are the minority, and if you get the pick of the litter, then you have the option to throw anything back.
And if you
You
keep
got
tossing things back, if it's a good thing, I mean, you
who
could,
said
but I'm just
what?
saying you could toss a good thing and 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 you might
I'm
miss
not
out on
disagreeing with
something.
what miss out on what?
You might miss out
What
on the
what what
relationship that you say you've been
man, ain't no
wanting.
reason nah, because at the end of the day, you can't miss what can go to everybody. You don't miss what go to everybody. You miss what keep it for you and you alone.
But I think that some of the judgment is kind of harsh. Like you don't even stop and take the time. You just gonna fucking run. I think that's
That ain't right.
that's so
I don't
horrible.
call that running. I don't call that running. I call it protecting the person's interest.
No, that is called fuck and run. That is so disrespectful. Cause how you gonna just duck out, get some like we still in a relationship and then leave. And you got the nerve? That is wrong.
Yeah,
You don't use
that's
nobody
what it.
like that. That is
I
using
mean, I'm not.
somebody. That
I'm
is
not.
a whole
I'm
person
not.
for one moment that you find out about 6 months ago.
Well, you also got to understand this right here. In life, the when it comes to couples, right? Isn't it the art of you use me and I use you?
No, it is not the art. That is not the art. That
How,
is
I mean,
not
how
the
come?
thing.
How,
If we're a
how,
couple, we're supposed to be building something together.
what do we build? What are we building other than a family?
A life,
And
a
that
legacy
includes
for
a
our
family,
kids,
right?
possibly.
And what are we building other than a family?
We're building a legacy for our family to make sure that they are financially and
Exactly.
emotionally stable.
Right. And you taking the best suited person for that, right?
Yes.
All right then.
All right. So that don't mean
All
nothing
right
because
then.
again, I
It
could be
means a
that
lot.
person
So
and you gonna be immature enough to just dump me for a
who?
moment in time. And
Yeah,
not just
I
dump me,
mean, but
but use me and hurt me because you couldn't
okay,
sit down and have a conversation.
and what I'm telling you once again is that's why you don't open the can of talking about your past.
It was
Certain things,
6 months ago.
bro, it don't matter. When you open the can of talking about your past, you put the person that you're currently dealing with in a predicament to make a decision based on your past. You
I
want them
think
not
that
to make a decision. Listen, you want them not to make a decision based on that, right? You would want them not to make that decision, but we talking about people right now. And if it look like a duck, quack like a duck, everybody's protecting that what they're going for. Once you reach I'm to a point in life where I'm protected. Everything I got going on. I'm closer to the end than I am at the beginning. Understand what I'm saying? So therefore, if I meet anybody that I'm going to take serious, yes, some shit that you did in your past might make me walk away from you. The answer is yes to that.
I could see if you went to jail. I could see if you had domestic violence issues. I could see if but for one moment, dancing on a stage, that just
Now, what if
forced me.
I told you, now how you look at it like that, what if I told you that that would be in the same category for a man?
What,
What
dancing
if
on
I told
stage?
you, no, what if I told you that some men may look at that and say, well, I put that in that category right there.
Put what? I'm not understanding. Put
Meaning
dancing
whole
in the
tendencies,
same
whole type.
state.
Yeah, yeah. What if I told you that maybe a man looks at it in that light?
I would say that he's looking at it in the wrong light because
Why
dancing
why
on
would
stage
his
is
view? But see, that would be making me what I don't like is because a person has a viewpoint on life and they say this is how I'm living my life. Are you wrong because you living your life that way? That's not wrong.
it's
That's that
my
man
but you're
viewpoint.
asking me an opinion,
Let that man, yeah, but let that man have that viewpoint.
but
If
you
he
asked
wants the
me an
wrong view,
opinion.
right. But what I'm saying is, now I call that wrong when you say somebody else is wrong for how they live in their life.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead. I did. And I apologize. You're right. You absolutely right. You're right. I did. Go ahead, Shay.
Thank you. What I'm saying, woo, sir,
Hey, hey, y'all to think that we hate each other. Man, I love that woman, man. I can say this too. I bet you better not try it.
that part. That
That
part.
part.
We're going back and forth, but at the end of the day, we can hug each other and
Yeah,
still
hey,
talk.
she's all right. And I'll cook her dinner tomorrow.
What you cooking?
What's all week? Hey, see? Hey, that's
Oh,
how you get every woman, guys. You heard me?
mhm.
Your food.
Well,
Food.
yeah, we're
Food
sucker
and
for
tell
a
her she
good dish.
pretty.
We're a sucker
Food
for a
and tell her
good
she
dish.
pretty. That'll keep her out of Usher's face. You feed her and tell her she pretty.
Oh, see, you was doing good. You was doing good. See, you had to just
Hey.
see. Now I gotta punch you in the throat.
Hey,
Okay,
now I will say this about my man Shay. I
what?
wouldn't have did it like him. You know what I would have did?
No, I'm
I
scared
would
to
have
find
posted a
out.
video. I'd have posted a video of me singing Usher shit and
That's
with my
true.
shirt off. I would
That's
have did
true.
that. I would have
That's
did that. And I would have let my timeline blow up.
and you
And,
or did it dancing with Kiki. You know what I'm saying? Like he
no,
could
I
have,
wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have did it dancing with her.
and he
I
didn't
wouldn't have did
even
because
go ahead.
and the only reason I wouldn't have did it dancing with her because I still would have had a point to prove.
Okay, so you want your girl
And
to
that point,
look
that
at it.
yeah, I want you to see how that feel when the next bitch is hugged up on me and I got my shirt off and I'm singing.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. To me, silence is a thing. He didn't need to post it. He saw what she was wearing because they lived together. If you were gonna have a problem with what I'm wearing to an Usher concert, then you could have handled that behind closed doors. Don't put me
That
on
part.
blast on social media. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Text
I'm
me,
with you all the way on
baby.
that. See, I
I'm
didn't.
watching you with Usher. I don't appreciate it. Or wait till
Right.
the night is over. I'm not with my girls. Wait till my birthday celebration even is over. Because who wants to be fighting on their birthday? You know what I'm saying? Wait till all the celebrations is over. Pull me to the side, say, baby, you know what? I don't appreciate you dancing this way with Usher. You know, I know it was your birthday, or if you had wore a different outfit, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Don't put me on blast on social media. Handle me behind closed doors.
Like when we were talking, and you're absolutely right about that. I'm moving the goalposts right now because I have actually, me personally,
Okay.
I have actually quit dealing with a woman because she told me I like it when I get compliments from other men.
Okay. But I don't.
Those were my walking papers.
But here's hold on now. Let me ask you this. I've heard it be said that a man doesn't want a woman if she's not getting complimented. You know what I'm saying? Like
which is true. But see, once again, when it's not spoken, it's all right. But the moment you opened your mouth and made me look at that picture,
sir, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's a contradiction.
Hey, the moment you made me, life a contradiction. Get used to it.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. How you gonna tell me I like when other men compliment you, but not for me not to tell you, oh, I like getting compliments.
Don't tell me that, because when you tell me that, you know what I heard? That somebody gonna, hey, when you even the worst basketball player, you give him 100 shots, that motherfucker gonna go in one time.
Sorry.
Man, that's what it is with men. We'll keep shooting our shot until that motherfucker go in.
Right.
We ain't like y'all. When y'all shoot y'all shot, it don't go in, y'all move on. Nah, I gotta catch her at a weak moment. So therefore, I understand this. I like being with a woman, I walk in and it turn the crowd. Yeah, I like that. But when you tell me you like being that one, nah, I don't want you no more.
Woo, you are a tough cookie to crack, boy. Woo.
Because it's when you know you got it like that, you ain't gotta ever speak on it.
So let me tell you, home chick, well, I'm gonna say, yeah, she might have been that one, but most women don't dress to impress men. Most of the time we're dressing to impress other women, and not in a sexual way, but in a way where girls be like, ooh, that outfit is fierce. You know, we don't want to be talked about. Well, no,
Right. You know
but we're
how
not trying to get y'all. We want y'all attention, but we're really trying to keep other women from cackling about us. Oh, that outfit is ugly. That's what we're dressing for. Y'all's
yeah, I know.
attention is just a bonus.
Right, but that's not what men do.
Well, but see, y'all
We,
aren't
we
the
don't we
priority
don't
when
we
we
don't
get
go
dressed.
but understand this. Y'all are our priority when we are though. We ain't wearing nothing, we ain't buying nothing that ain't attracting no female.
True, true.
But see,
But
so
I'm
since the
I'm just
thought
giving you
process,
I'm giving you the game,
right,
sir.
I already know that. I
Mhm.
already know when I see a nice looking woman that she ain't got that on for me. She got that on for the next bitch.
Right,
I already know that. I already know that. So that's not that you know that's that's falling on my ears. So I know that already.
right.
What I'm saying is that's just how far apart in our thinking. So when you hear male's perspective, you can say, well, that's just as far as apart as when we wear our clothes, we wear them to impress other women, but when they wear theirs, they would get things to impress women. You
So,
understand what I'm
so y'all are dressing for us.
saying? Exactly. Everything we buy is for y'all. The cologne, all the way down to the cologne and the soap that we use.
Okay.
You would never meet a man, not a man that like women, because this is 2023. I gotta be specific. You would
Okay.
never meet a heterosexual male that's out here doing things on the majority level to impress himself only.
Okay.
Other men. No, you know why we don't attempt to impress other men? The art of robbery is in there.
The art of
Is other
robbery.
meaning that we have to protect ourselves from being set up. So therefore, we don't go out here to impress other men.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? The setup will always come from a female.
Right.
Where she'll set you up. However, if you go by a shirt, oh, the chick's gonna dig me in this.
Gotcha.
Or you get like I was in Jamaica one time, and
Uh-huh.
my homeboy told me, I had asked his wife about should I wear a suit? Should I bring
Uh-huh.
my suits? His wife
Uh-huh.
said, nah. I brought my suits anyway because me and the chick, we was on our own time. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? I'm not coming over there and I'm not going to be dressed to impress. So the one particular night when I came out in my suit, her motherfucking husband asked me, like, I thought my wife told you not to wear a suit. Nigga, your wife don't dress me.
Right.
I don't do nothing to impress your wife. I'm impressing her right here. So if she told me to put this on, what you think it is? It's not your wife. It's never gonna be your wife.
Right.
So why would I follow her lead on wearing anything?
Wow.
Duh, she dress you. She don't dress me.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? He took
Yeah.
offense to it, though. As most bitch made men would take offense. I gotta listen. You should listen too. No, fuck, I shouldn't.
That's true. So,
You know what I mean?
so let me ask you this. So, listen to this quote.
Uh-huh.
This is coming from Kiki's boyfriend. This is his quote that he gave after he received all the backlash. He says, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case."
Yeah, but he lost his standards and morals when he spoke on it. Because your speaking should have been before she even left the house wearing that.
How are you necessarily speaking? You said this is my my family, my representation. I doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids. It's not his wife, it's his girlfriend. If he felt that strongly about it, why don't he put a ring on it?
I wouldn't.
Oh, we're not even
You
going
don't.
there,
You,
sir.
you
We're
don't
not.
put a ring on what everybody else can see and touch. You don't put a ring on that. Some people may, but you know, I was taught never put a ring on that one.
But it's not like she's obviously faithful to him. You know, I'm gonna say, I'm just going in this instance, I'm going to say that it's obvious that she is kind of faithful. She put that post up, you know, they're quiet, whatever. So why not just be secure enough to know that this is your woman? And if you feel that strongly about the situation, make it official. She got your baby.
Maybe he thought just because you got a person baby, that don't mean that's your wife or your
Exactly, and I
husband.
understand that, but still, it
Yeah.
don't make him your husband either to be on social media putting that out there like that.
And that's
You can't
why
have
I
it both
say that
ways.
yeah, I totally agree with you. You see, we live in a generation where everybody air their laundry out on social media. When
That
it
part,
should have been addressed, it should have been addressed when she left the house.
that part, it could have
Now, if you
been
would have put the post out there and said, man, I didn't agree with you more when you left, and you know that. And when you get home, you got problems.
that
You
part,
understand what I'm saying?
that part.
That's what you supposed to left that at as being the man. I told you not to wear that out there anyway. And
So
now you out there rubbed up, you up on that nigga now? Understand what I'm saying? We don't give a damn about a star. We don't give a damn about a motherfucker that got this, that, and the other thing going on. You know why? I look at you like you my star, and you should be looking at me the same way. So it's fuck everybody else. Fuck them feelings. We got a job to do.
okay,
So
so we got a job to do. We riding together. Instead of getting upset, why not be like, you know what? I'm a sure bet I could tell her. Put it down when she come home. Like, be like you said, chest open, oiled up, singing the song, ready to put it on. Why
nah,
not
you don't
do
take her
that?
to
Why?
prime time because you don't take her to prime time that night.
Why not?
You
Like,
don't because you do not reward bad behavior.
it wasn't bad behavior.
If it's bad behavior to him, then it's bad behavior. But
But
once again, he didn't apply to it properly. In my view, he didn't apply to it properly. So therefore,
it wasn't
I
bad
can't.
behavior till it was caught on video. Had it not
It
been
was
caught
bad.
on video,
It was bad for me. It would have been bad behavior for me if I say like, "Look here, you're not wearing that out there, and you wore it anyway." First of all, you bought it, so which automatically know you got the green light to wear stuff like that. You
mm,
understand what I'm saying? Some
yeah.
men will go for, well, you can wear it when you with me, but without me, no. When the answer
Okay,
is no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see your ass cheeks out. Period. I don't give a damn how sexy it make you look. I don't want to see that. I only want to see that when we in our bedroom, baby. Damn. Don't wear that out here. Nah. You are this. So don't look like that over there. Only time I want to see you looking like that over there is when we in our intimate place. And I ain't telling you to walk around. I ain't telling you to walk around looking like Laura Ingalls either. I ain't telling you to do that either. But I'm telling you,
right.
don't spice it up that much, and then take your ass out here in these streets.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And the moment you do that, you can't get mad about the outcome.
And what's the outcome?
Oh man, for me, hey man, look, you already know. I expect to be judged harshly, so I judge harshly.
Oof, Lord.
Meaning that, meaning that if I'm not on my shit, then I expect you to start seeking other options. That's why
Uh,
you give a person the best of you all the time. That way, if they walk away, you know it wasn't because you didn't do your best.
Okay, and I can agree with that. I can. So let's switch it for a second. Let's say Beyonce was singing up on Idris Elba. Idris Elba is married, and the girl is beautiful. So, should she be upset with him dancing on Beyonce? Same.
That's something you would never see. You ain't never seen Beyonce. You ain't never seen her do that.
I'm just using it as
You ain't,
okay.
hey,
Let's
you ain't
say,
even. You ain't as much as.
huh? Did we lose you? Word, you there? Uh-oh. Okay, what were you saying?
Okay, I was saying that in that situation, one, we ain't never seen B do nothing to shine a negative light on Jay-Z.
I get that, but it was just for the
Now,
example of the flip the
right,
script.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Now, in that situation, then if he did something provocatively, wore something provocatively, and that went on, then yeah, she has every bit of a right to speak on, like, why you letting this bitch rub all up on you like that. So if
Okay.
she said that, I would be in agreement with it.
So basically, in your book, nobody gets a hall pass.
Nobody gets a hall pass.
Gotcha.
Not even me. I don't get a hall pass.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But you know, and that's for me though. I can't speak of like for me. I want a goose. I don't want a duck. I grew up playing duck, duck, goose. How many times are we walking around in a circle and say duck
Right.
before a goose? You understand? So that means what? And then you don't want a duck in real life. You want a goose. You want something
Okay.
you want something that the best that you can get for who you are. You want the
But
goose that
you gonna let a goose go behind one moment of being a duck. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you what it all started this, go back to the beginning. Even if you found out, like I said, what 6 months in, 2 months in, 2 minutes in, if you see some potential in this, why would you let it go for 1 minute? Like, just that 1 minute. Even, I mean, is there no weighing things and being like, I didn't like this, but we've been together. I wanted to work, so I can kind of let this go. Now I could see if she was doing it every weekend, then yes, that would be a problem. But for 1 minute,
6 months
got it.
in is kind of early for you to tell me that and then think I'm gonna stay and think I'm not already looking for the replacement. So once again, certain things about yourself, you shouldn't even, if you got some hoish things you've done, I wouldn't reveal none of that shit until after a motherfucker that said I do to me.
But okay, but I wouldn't know this because we didn't talk about it. Like, how can you expect me to hold on to information like this? I feel like if we're a couple and we're just talking, like, how are you going to get to know all of me? No, unless you get to know my past, present, and future. Like, how do you know
Because
where you've
one,
been if you don't know where you're going? Or how do you know where
one,
you're going if you don't know where you've been?
but once again, you not, for me, this is me. I'll be a half a century next year.
Yeah.
So at this point in my life, I'm really okay if I land one or if I don't. I've had fun. So the rules are different for me. Meaning that in my younger years, 6 months in, yeah, I might have still tried it. But I'm old enough to know better at this point. For me, a person don't change, they just know how to hide their spots better. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm,
I'm not saying that people don't change. or get so good at hiding their spots to where they don't go for the okey doke, the banana in the tailpipe no more. I'm not saying that. Nor would I hold it against you, but that is a flag on the play, and I am gonna pay attention to that flag.
Okay.
It's just like it's no different if I did something in my younger years and there was a flag on the play. I expect you to pay attention to that flag, and it's my job to prove to you that I'm not what that flag is saying.
But okay, so your job to prove, but yet she can't do the same to you.
I didn't say
Like
she
it
couldn't.
seemed, yeah, you
It's
did.
not
You said
easy
you
to
would walk
prove. It's
away.
not easy. One, is not easy to prove that you're not the image you portrayed. That's not easy to do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That's not something that you can just wake up in the morning. You can't just wake up in the morning and say, guess what? I don't want to be a D-boy no more. I don't want to be a hoe no more. Sorry, it don't work that way. It don't work that way.
Uh-huh. Okay, but you said you would try to prove that you're a better person. Why not allow her the same leeway? Like
I
she
didn't say
could,
I wouldn't,
yeah,
but I'm not going to sit around and wait. It's a difference.
the difference is one, you're
And
saying I'll allow you to prove it. Then the other thing, you're like, but I'm walking away. I don't get
exactly.
the contra. Why
It's your
then? Why
job
am
to
I
keep
proving anything?
well, then don't prove it. I'm already gone. I'll clock out. Understand what I'm saying? I'm past that. That's in my rearview mirror. I'm past that. I'm
I'm
past,
putting
oh,
you
I'm
in
gonna sit
time
here another
out.
6 months. I'm gonna sit here another 6 months and for you to prove that you're not the perception that you'd already made me draw.
Ooh, I'm gonna put you in timeout, sir. Cause wow,
Gladly. I
wow.
mean, right. And nor do I expect while I'm proving who I am and what I am not, nor do I expect, I ain't said, you ain't said I do to me. So I don't expect you to sit your ass down and not move around and not entertain
But
another idea. I don't expect that. And
okay,
so,
so but here's the thing, though. We've been in a relationship for 6 months, so there's already some proof of what I'm capable of. So why can't you draw a more solid conclusion? Be like, you know what? She has done this, this, and this. So does it outweigh this? I think so. So let me keep rocking and see what she do. I mean, there's already some evidence right there.
right. But see, like with me, Shay, I've dated, I've dated some strippers and whatnot. Them been my best relationships I'd have had. I ain't had no good relationship with no career woman.
Okay.
Understand? So I'm not knocking that life. I've
Okay.
had some of my most memorable moments with a person that with a stripper.
Okay.
The most fun I'd have ever had in my life, as far as going around, kicking it, having fun, going here, going there. I'd have had some of the most fun I've ever had.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying? So I'm not the man that would even say, would I settle down with one? I'm not a man that would say, nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not even him.
Okay.
It's just about I'm finicky. You got to be on point with me. Soon as you showing me that I'm an option, I'm out. So it's a way to tell me that and not show me that I'm an option.
Okay, but there was nothing in there showing that you weren't an option. It was you kind of walking away from the relationship because you find out 6 months later that she was on stage with Megan Thee Stallion. So it's not you being an option. It's you choosing to let it go because of a
It,
red
uh,
flag that you're building up in your head that
I
was
ain't built.
prior
Go
to
ahead.
you.
How did I build it in my head when it physically came out that person's
But it
mouth?
was prior to you.
It don't work
So how
that
can
way.
you judge her? It
Girl,
does, sir.
Don't. How many times you've heard a man tell a female it don't work that way, and y'all study wanting to work a way that it don't work? That's like that's like telling a man, I want you to put your basement on your roof and then put your roof in your basement. It'll work that way. No, it won't. We like what we like, y'all like what y'all like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
However, once we as a community see neither party is going to move, in chess, that's called a stalemate. There's no winner, there's no loser. All
Okay.
right?
All
There's
right.
no winner, there's no loser. Neither party is going to budge. Deal with the issues that each party have and just deal with it. And neither party gonna move. A man view life a certain way, a woman views life the opposite.
And that's fine. But it just blows me away that you could judge somebody so harshly for something
What's
they
harsh
did in their past prior to you. I could understand if it happened while she was with you and it be a real flag, but one, it was before you. Two, you are 6 months in, so you already have an emotional attachment to this person. I just
No, I
think
don't. I don't get emotionally attached in 6 months.
I'm just saying.
Understand what I'm saying? You
Okay.
know, one thing about me is I understand that it's a woman's responsibility to get me emotionally attached.
Okay, well, you have some type of connection because you've been with this person for 6 months. Okay.
Maybe I'm trying to achieve a connection. Who says I even have the connection yet? The connection that I desire.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nothing that you're saying, but also don't turn the light off on maybe he has not achieved the connection that he wants.
But I'm just saying in general that, it's kind of unfair to me, this just my opinion, that you judge somebody, one, based on something prior to you, and two, that you would just throw it away. Like
Let me ask you a
boggles my
question.
mind, but that's how you roll. So
Yeah, that's how I roll. But
okay, that's on you.
understand this. Would it be fair for me to say that when you submit a resume, those are your past actions when it comes to this workforce, right?
No, because one is my present employer.
Because one is your present employer. But for the most part, your resume dictates what you've done in your past, right?
It states my work history, yes.
All right. And your work history can affect you getting a new position. Can
Yeah,
it
but
or
it
can it
doesn't
not?
get me fired, possibly, 6 months in.
6 months in,
Usually,
if I ain't got a ring on you, you not hired yet.
Usually, even in employment, you got the 30-day trial. You make past 30-day trial. Okay, let's say you 6 months
90
in.
days.
Now, they don't come to you 6 months in and say, you know what? 2 employers ago, you stole a stapler, so we're going to have to let you go. No, they let you go based on what you did in the company. So if I come in and it's been 6 months in and I decide that
maybe they did not say you work at a bank and maybe they did know you stole a stapler.
well, then they didn't know I'm hired,
And
but they
then they
still
find
not
out
gonna
you
come
stole
back
a
and
stapler.
fire me
Your
for
ass
the
will be out of
stapler.
job.
They do not fire you for that. They're not gonna fire you for a past employer. Now, if you falsify some documents, okay, but they're not gonna come back and say, you know what? When we we're gonna fire you for this because you stole that stapler. I stole that stapler 6 months ago. Yeah, but we're gonna have to let you go. And it wasn't this company. Yeah. You know the lawsuit they would have.
Right. But look at it like this, Shay. A man my age, do you really think anything new is applying to my table? Or is everything a rerun?
I mean, if you look at it like that, then you're going to categorize a lot of people as reruns and they could be a new thing.
I mean, even a new thing, there's a theory. It's called the theory of six. If you know 6 different archetypes in this world, you know pretty much the whole world. And the archetype is basically the way things move.
Right.
Certain people move. You ever been in a whole nother city and said, well, damn, that looked like such and such. And when they talk, they mannerisms, the way they act, all of that be just like that other person. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not 100% that when in the divide in the road that they gonna go right to, like the other person did, they might have took the left path. That doesn't mean that. But what I'm saying is, once a person age to a certain point, everything in this life become repetitive. And you go through things not to get caught in the next trap, not to dive head first into it, but to not get caught in it.
And I can agree with some of that.
So
At the same
therefore,
time,
I'm saying, you telling me about something that the last 4 chicks done bust my head on. What makes me think you ain't gonna be the 5th one?
everybody's different. I'm
I'm
if
not
you
finna
feel that
roll that
game,
dice.
if I understand that, but if that's the case, if you think that everyone is going to be the same, why continue to try to date if everyone is going to be the same?
That's not what I said. I didn't say nothing about everybody being the same.
That's
I said that particular archetype, that scenario has played out a particular way for me for the last 3 women I've dated.
okay.
It reapplies again on I meet somebody else and it reapplies again. Am I supposed to keep moving or now turn around and put the brakes on?
And
I
that's
didn't
what I
stop
just
on the last
asked.
3. I didn't stop on the last 3. You know, that's the definition of insanity, to continue to do the same thing expecting a different outcome.
And that's what my question was. That's what I just asked you. If you're expecting the same outcome, why continue to date?
That's why I just said what I said. I'd move forward. I've already been in that situation.
Okay, but are you still going to date?
Somebody else, the next person ain't on the stage.
Okay, but you're saying too
I'm
that
looking for one that's not on the stage. So until I find one that didn't get on that stage, then that's what it is. Everyone didn't get on that stage.
right, but even if they got on the stage, they could be a good person off the stage, but you're willing to let them go because of a situation that happened prior to you 6 months in. Like
Yes.
that's the part
Yes.
that's
The answer is yes. Your past dictates your future. So the answer is yes. I expect to get let go if I've done something in my past that don't sit right with somebody.
Ooh, but why would that's a harm?
And I could be hitting on all cylinders, but because I have this baggage, you remember what's name? One day them bags gonna get in your way. I'm just the one that today was that day. Them bags got in the way.
And okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Now my bags, but the way life worked, I move forward. Now my bags will get in her way. Now I'm good on that. I don't want nobody that's ever been there.
Okay. I see
I
what
can't
you're
get
saying.
mad about that. You have a choice.
We do. I just think that sometimes that's a strong unnecessary choice, because at the end of the day, you don't know, that could have been the one where you could have put the ring on it. But again, because of something that happened prior to you, you made a decision that, you know,
I don't want to
that
deal with
could have
that.
been
Right.
talked about, but we gotta get ready to roll out the
Why?
building, sir. So, huh?
I mean, what I want to say is why never force a person to deal with what they don't want to deal with.
And that's fine.
That's,
That's a choice.
you know what I mean?
But
Everybody has that. It's just like dating a man that has children. If you don't want to date a man that has children, then if I don't tell you I have a child and I'm in there with you 6 months, and then by the way, I got a kid.
totally different situation. But I get what you're saying.
No, it ain't.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
no
yeah.
saying,
You
look
had a
here,
baby
look
while
here. Want me to
that's a whole nother
understand
show.
this? It may be a different scenario, but nothing's greater than the next one.
Yeah.
Nothing's greater. Understand this: a person that steals is no different than a person that murders.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? A person that lies is no different than a person that cheats.
A person that lies I get it.
No
I
different than a
understand what
person
you're
that
saying.
cheats.
All right.
Understand what I'm saying? It's all on a level playing field. And if it's on a level playing field, if I don't want these particular attributes, it don't matter who
And
bringing them. I don't
I-
want them.
and that's true, because that's your wants, and that's what the person that you want has to hurdle on. But woo, you got some woo.
I don't ask for much.
Yeah, oh
Is
yeah.
it much? Is it much
You
to
tough
ask to not
cookie,
be a hoe?
sir.
Is that much to ask? Because I know strippers that ain't
That
hoes.
is a lot to ask, because how
No, it ain't.
you
Because
keep
I know
saying,
strippers that don't sell pussy.
but you keep saying strippers,
Hey,
and,
so
and
hey,
they doing the same thing. They're twerking. One of those strippers could have been on the stage twerking, but you would give her a pass.
that's their job. It's a different when it's your job versus
But
it being you
being up
doing it
there
for
with
free.
Megan is not your job. Being up there
My
with
point.
Megan was by
It
choice,
made you no money.
so it's not your job. So if that stripper was up
Exactly.
there,
Exactly. I just don't like when I don't like when our females put themselves out there and then expect not just our females, men too. When you put yourself in a certain light and then expect the same rewards that you were getting when you weren't in that light. No, that light is why you're not getting that reward.
I can
Understand what I'm saying?
I agree. I get what you're saying.
And
I
I'm not
do.
going to be the one that rewards you for bad behavior, not me. Because I don't expect to be rewarded when I'm being a bad boy.
I get what you're saying. I do.
Good.
I think there's a little more room for leniency, but I think there's a
At
few
this
different things.
age,
But it's
when
your
I was
preference.
younger,
It's your personal preference, though. If you wouldn't be comfortable with dating somebody that did something like prior to, you might. I understand it's your preference, but for that moment, regardless, with the timeline that we stated, I think it's a little harsh to just say, you know what, you danced on stage with Megan, so I gotta kind of let you go. I think that's a little harsh, but I mean, that's your preference.
I'm right.
Right. That's your preference. And
Right.
you gotta roll with
But
what's
you,
your preference.
as a man, you got to understand. Men are okay with taking. A lot of men are okay with taking the L when it comes to a female versus the financial L when it comes to dealing with a female.
Yeah, and same
I'll
with
take the
women.
L in losing you before I put a ring on you and then I lose me.
Well, same with women. Just remember that.
Exactly. Don't see. I
Okay.
can't speak on that. I'm not one of them, so I can't speak on that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
That's
as
what
they
I'm here
should.
for. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, as y'all should be.
Right.
Y'all should have
You should have a line drew in the sand, regardless of how this motherfucker make me feel. If it can cross this line right here,
Right.
the answer no.
Right. Okay, we
And
got
you give it to the man upstairs, and then guess what? Anybody that's crossed that line, guess where it didn't come from?
the man upstairs.
Exactly. And they'll make you feel so good to make you sway that decision. But at the end of the day, man or woman, stick to your guns.
Yep. Okay, we gotta get ready to wrap, sir. We got one more topic, and then we are running up out the building. We are setting the stage on fire.
Yeah, we be having a good time.
Yes, yes. Sure. It's 9 o'clock. People gonna be like, dang. Was y'all trying to hold us till midnight? No, we just
you know.
chopping it up. It's been a couple of weeks. So okay, so restaurants. Couple situations happened with the dress code. A lot of restaurants been rapping, but oh, here go your boy as late, boy.
Who? What you say?
Your boy, the people's champ, coming in
What
all
he doing?
slow. At
Man,
the last minute, I guess he coming in on the last topic because I'm not going back over those other topics. Not with y'all. Then we definitely would be in here till midnight. So
hey, when other men show up, guess whose side I get on?
I know, and that's why I'm not going back on them topics.
I
You
get on.
gonna
I
have to
get on
go.
the women's side when other men show up. Other men show up, I
Gonna
get on the
jump
women's
over
side.
here. How you
I
gonna jump
sure
over
do.
here?
I sure do. That's why the
Boy,
women love me. I
you
be on y'all
don't tell
side if other
nobody
men.
else that. Your boy's gonna be mad at you. Don't you say nothing else.
Hey, fuck them. hey, fuck them. They want what I want. So I ain't finna be on their side. Nah.
Hey, champ.
Hey, this is the people's champ back in the building. How
Been a
everybody
long
doing
time,
today?
sir. Listen,
What's up,
Oh
dog?
man, the people. Hey, I'm here, man. I'm here. Driving, just got back in St. Louis this past weekend. Took my son and his friend down there. He had a friend that was leaving St. Louis that was moving to Houston, so he had to go on the way party this weekend. And the people's champ was down in St. Louis. And boom, there it
and you
is,
didn't
man.
send
I
me
just
no
getting
fried
back.
rice. I'm mad. You didn't send me no fried rice.
Oh my
Like you
God.
couldn't get me one and put in an overnight box.
And you know
Man.
what? My brother bringing both his sons down there on Tuesday and Wednesday. So hey,
To where?
I tell him he coming down to Dallas. My nephew is playing in this showcase baseball tournament. So both one of my nephews, he's doing he's gonna probably be on the 10U travel team next year. And my other nephew, he's a 8th grader, going to the 8th grade and everything. So
Oh wow. Well, if he coming this way, tell him to snatch me up some, please. They can't do St. Louis fried rice down here. I love Texas to death, but they can't do it. They can't do
So,
it.
so what
that's
you
what's
telling me,
up.
Shay, is I need to go get me some tournaments from St. Louis, move to Texas, and open me a fried rice restaurant, and
Now
it's
see,
gonna
you
boom.
can't you gotta do
Hey
it
man,
right
wait a
though.
minute, man. You can't just say Chinaman, man. What the hell is wrong with you, gang? Words? Shit, y'all
What?
mixing me up. Words, you can't say Chinaman, man. What the fuck what's wrong with you,
Where I
man?
can't say that? That's what we call them.
Hey man.
I thought that was the name of a spot. That's not the name of the spot.
That's the name of the spot, ain't it?
Okay. Y'all
No,
know
he
that we
said
put
no.
the
What
disclaimer at
man?
the beginning.
A
He
China
gets
man.
his own private disclaimer. Y'all know. Y'all know.
Hey
Man,
man, y'all better
Okay.
watch out for words, man.
man,
Hey,
that's what we call them in the hood, man. No disrespect. We saying
Mhm.
y'all food fire, and we want to make some money. So if I
there it
invest
is.
in one of y'all and move y'all franchise to Texas, can I get a piece?
There it is.
Lord.
There it is.
I'm so glad he rephrased it.
And we gonna call it China Man.
Sir, you were doing so well.
Man,
Damn.
That's what's on their billboard.
No,
Say it ain't.
hey
no.
man. Hey,
So
words,
we're
words.
gonna roll on with this
The
We
one
last
got
on
topic before
Lucas
we
and
get
Hunt.
pulled
The one
down.
on Lucas and Hunt, not Lucas and Hunt. But where's Florence and Jennings? That little one in the corner across from the
We got
Snooks.
we
What
gotta
they
pray for
sign say?
words, man. We gotta
What they
pray for
sign
words,
say?
man.
Y'all too sensitive.
Hey, man,
I'm
get
gonna
your
I'm gonna
ass out
take
of here.
the L on that one.
Hey,
Man.
man. Hey, man. I am so
I
glad
don't
to
know.
be
Why
back.
can't I say China man? What's wrong with that?
Hey, man, that's considered a racial slur, brother.
Man, they say nigga. I'll be
This
glad
nigga.
when our community quit respecting what don't respect us.
Hey, man, I hear you, man.
Mm,
Man,
Hey, man, the People's Champ is
moving on.
glad to be back on Just Talking to You.
well, you came in
Man,
at the right time because we was finna hit the last topic and then we was about to run out the building. We're
man,
speaking
run out the
of.
building, man. Hey, I just want to tell everybody, man, hey, the champ is on the return, man. I am coming back. Hey, man, hey, I say let's just kick it off live next Sunday, man. What a better way to come back for the champ to come back than live? Live.
You finna come back right now because you finna be the first one on this last topic.
Mhm.
Let's get it. Let's go. The champ is in the building.
Okay, so here's the situation. You know, restaurants have been tripping lately about their dress code. And it seems to
Uh-huh.
be towards more, I'm just gonna say it, you know, towards more Black people. So for instance, down here, there was a woman who was at a Mediterranean restaurant. I'll say it like that. And she had on shorts. And it's summertime hot. So she was summertime fine. So the shorts were short and they were kind of cut in the front, but she had on a decent shirt and she had on sandals. So the manager booted her out the restaurant saying that her shorts were indecent. Then there was another situation where a man wearing basically swim trunks and tennis shoes went to a restaurant and they wouldn't admit him because he wasn't brunch chic or whatever they called it. So, and I'm gonna get the term, but what do y'all say about that?
Look at her, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Wherever you spend your money, you deserve to be treated with some respect or dignity. And if these organizations and these establishments can't respect you and what you bring or what you wear, I mean, you don't have to patronize them. And for them to throw you out the restaurant, hey, I look at it like this. I would have went straight to social. I would have exposed them. You got to expose them, man, because this stuff will always go on if you don't expose them.
And he did.
Hey,
He exposed them on TikTok.
and the thing is, we got to start. I mean, with we if we go patronize our own businesses and everything, I'm talking about people of melanin, people of color. We go patronize our own businesses. I mean, some people just don't want you in the establishment, but they just can't come out and say we don't want you here. They look and find any little bitty thing to not want to service you.
Okay.
Is it right? Hell no, it's not right.
You said something. I'm sorry. You said something. You said that we should what was the word you used? Patronize our own.
Patronize.
Okay, so so like I'm over in Plano. I live like maybe 45 minutes away from a lot of Black businesses. So it's kind of not, I don't want to say inconvenience, but it is a bit of an inconvenience to go down there and patronize our own. And I'm not faulting anyone, I'm just saying. So that limits me. So is it, you know what I'm saying? So I still have to go out there and, you know, deal with these people. So why can't I just get the service that I want in the neighborhood that I'm in? Why do I need to just be like, okay, I got to go patronize my own? Yes, I want to, but I should be able to get the exact same service
Absolutely.
regardless. You know,
Absolutely.
it
You
shouldn't
you
be an
should you
excuse,
should,
or we shouldn't be treated so unfairly and be forced into that situation.
it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. But everybody everybody should be treated fairly. Everybody should be treated fairly. Now, should they be treated equally? You don't treat people equally, man. And it goes back to whatever you do in life. Uh, like if you're coaching, if you are managing, if you work at your daily job, if you're in leadership, you treat everybody on your team fairly. You treat them so fair. You treat everybody fair. But is everybody equal? Do you treat everybody equal? Absolutely not.
Nope.
You
Because
don't. You
everybody
don't
don't
treat
get an
everybody
equal
equal.
performance.
Yep.
Right.
You can treat everybody
Bingo.
don't get treated fairly.
You
Yep.
can be treated fair without being treated equal.
You could
Absolutely.
both. It could go both
Absolutely.
fairly or
Nah, it
equally.
shouldn't go both ways.
But that's
Because
No,
of
what
no,
happens.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And I'm gonna give you a little quick example, and that's just like Bill Belichick. He's a coach of the Patriots,
Yeah,
and you think about it. Back in 2010, Tom Brady falls asleep in a team meeting. What's gonna happen to him?
absolutely nothing.
shit, not
Okay,
on Bill
okay,
Belichick watch.
okay, okay. Well, okay.
Tom
Compared to
Brady.
that compared to that seventh round undrafted rookie that falls asleep in that meeting,
He's
what's
going to
gonna
get
happen to him?
cut. He's going to
His
get cut
ass is
and
out of there.
sent home.
He's gone. He's gone. Brady,
You are
he
not
may
getting
get
rid
a
of Brady.
Brady may get a slap on the wrist, a fine or something like that. But Bill Belichick will not cut Tom Brady. He
Yep.
wouldn't have cut Tom Brady. But and just like you were saying, you don't treat everybody equal. I mean, you don't treat everybody equally. You treat them fair, but you don't treat them equal. And like with this restaurant, this situation right here, you treat everybody fair. But I mean, if they had a dress code that was outlined or identified, they should have put it out there. Now, I mean, you got to make sure. And I I play devil's advocate. You got to go back to the young lady who had the little bitty shorts on and everything. Did she go online and is this a first? My question will be to her: What is this your first time visiting this establishment? What type of research you done on this establishment? Have
Yeah.
you looked at some of the reviews on the establishment before
Right.
you go in and patronize this establishment? These are all the things you got to look at before you go in and go into a situation. You got to look at the reviews. Like if I'm coming down to Dallas and I say, hey, I'm gonna stay
The
at
reviews.
the
I like
Hilton.
how you put that. The reviews. That's
You
what I
got to
should have
look at the
said when you said
reviews.
what we was talking about earlier, Shay. I should have said the reviews. I should have looked at the reviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That
see,
is
and
true.
see, and see, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why the People's Champ brings so much vigor
Sir, you've
to
been gone too long. You stop it right now. Don't be trying to
the
high side. You stop it.
the People's Champ
You
just
stop it.
no. The People's Champ just put a little sprinkle on that greatness y'all already got going on and stuff,
I
man.
need to
Hey,
mute you.
that's how
Where's
we've been
your
doing
mute
it.
button already? Where is it? Let me
God damn,
press mute.
I just came on here and I
You
can't be
guys, you
muted.
trying. You was trying
Damn.
it.
He
Sir,
No, but
watching,
I'm gonna
man.
put you in the wait. Let me hold on. Wait, let me
don't do that.
mute.
Don't do
Let
that,
me
man.
let,
I usually mute
Yep.
people out.
you
Don't do that.
usually mute. Nope, sir. You get a quiet corner right now. You just 5 minutes in. There you go.
Got him. Hey, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. This is your old boy.
Hey, wait till we go live next Sunday. I'm gonna be muting everybody's asses like crazy. Just be on the lookout. I'm muting everybody.
I ain't never
Hey,
scared. I ain't never
I know,
scared.
That part. Hey, but
but
what
I'm
I
telling
say
you though,
about that, what I say about that dress code,
Mhm.
I look for a lot of more restaurants, and this has no color line. After
Yep.
what went on in Chicago, I look for a
yep,
lot of more
Right.
restaurants to come with a
Right.
strict dress code.
Right.
Because
yep,
with a strict dress code, that's not saying that problem won't occur. But say, for instance, if you have a no t-shirt policy,
Yeah.
that man not even in the restaurant when that
Not
happens.
coming in. You right. Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I look for a lot because at the end of the day, when something happens at your establishment, both parties can sue your establishment because you didn't protect them.
That's true. And
So
I'm gonna tell
you are truly liable.
yeah, so you have to find a way. Not saying that nothing's 100%, but you can always lower the probability. And
with
I'm
the
sorry,
dress
the
code.
dress code always lowers the probability.
Right. And see, I'm gonna write off People's Champ coattails for a second. He said that you should check the reviews and look at, do a little research, because again, this is a Mediterranean restaurant, so they may be more in an old-fashioned mind frame, even if this is America. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes within the culture, they still live off their cultural traditions, so they may not
Yep.
necessarily agree to a woman being showing as much skin as she was, even if it was, legs and arms, but that's still more than a lot of countries allow their women to show. So does that justify kicking her out? Should that be on a sign as well due to this? Because maybe it was a family restaurant and they were offended by that, not necessarily the color of her skin, but the showing of all her skin. Does that give them a little more leeway if you think about it like that?
You look at
I
it like
mean,
this
yeah,
you look at it from a
everybody don't want to see your ass.
bingo. And you got to
And
also look at it from a cultural standpoint too, man. Americans are probably one of the most free-spirited cultures that's out there. That's the nicest way of saying it. Free-spirited. We're one of the most free-spirited cultures. Everybody else is more subdued with their culture. They more reserved. They're more conservative with their culture, with their looks and everything, because certain countries will be shunned upon if you wore a lot of the clothing that you see people wearing now over here in the United States. But if that's their culture, if that's their restaurant, you gotta simply abide by the rules of the house. I'm sorry. She should that's why I say do that research. Call. It's okay to call a restaurant and say, hey, do you have a specific dress code? It's okay to do that. Call them and say, that's it.
it's okay to be told no too. We live
Yep.
in a society where, well, being told no, we don't accept. I don't know what's wrong with people that think that, oh, you got to take me as I am. Nigga, my name ain't God.
I am not God the Almighty. I don't have to
Man, I
accept.
don't have to accept you in that light. No, I don't. And you got to respect the fact that I can tell you no.
And you and I can in my establishment, I can refuse to serve you because if you're not abiding by my policies, my policies, my procedures that we have in place in our restaurant, hey, I'm sorry, but
there's no difference. We can get away from that, and even if you want to talk the streets, certain doughboys won't serve certain people because of what they say over the phone. So does that make them wrong too?
Nope.
Nobody's trying to lose what they're trying to build because you want to come in and not abide by the rules. Ain't no color on that part right there.
And let me tell you this. This is a good example right here.
And then hold on. Let me step on something real quick, bro.
Okay.
That's no different if I have if I'm a black man, say I got a restaurant, right? Yeah, I'm gonna let my people get away with something that I ain't gonna let your people get away with.
Okay.
So even when you're pointing at the other nationality, which is them, and say, well, you let them do it, nigga, that's me. I'll let mine do it. You can't do it though.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's lead into a good point, because with the man with the t-shirt, he had on t-shirts, like swim length shorts and tennis shoes, and he said he was turned away, and then a bit later a white guy was let in wearing shorts. But even later, an Indian guy was turned away because of shorts. Definitely weird, but maybe just one of those days. We'll wear pants next time and some skin whitening cream. So in this case, he feels like it was color. So what do you say on that?
Oh man,
Do you really want to know how I feel about that?
I'm scared, but yes.
I know how he feel, but go ahead.
Martin Luther King did us a disservice. By opening this shit for us to sit at their fucking table. Fuck their table. Fuck their restaurant. Fuck all that shit. Go to your own. But even when you go to your own and your own tell you, oh, you gotta have class to come up in here. Where's the class at?
Mm-hmm.
We living in a
Exactly.
society where majority our people want to move around classless. And I'm sorry, if you want some classless shit, I don't even want to be around. I don't want the smoke that come with it.
Nope.
Hey, been there, done that. I done fought all them fights. I'm tired. I'm not finna fight that fight again. So that means quit shopping with them. The only way to beat them is to not do it.
And you know what? One of my things I was thinking about too was, okay, you know, a lot of restaurants have their regulars. They have regular customers that come in on a day in and day out basis. And this young lady coming into the establishment with her shorts. I wish you had a picture of the shorts just to show the people and everything. But the lady that came in the establishment with the shorts on, and I'm the owner of the restaurant and the general manager and the manager and everything. I know these people frequent us weekly and everything. And this is her first time coming in here. Do I risk losing an individual that comes and frequent us so often? Do I risk losing that for a one-time customer that's coming in? This is my regular. This person comes all the time. Do I risk that?
Exactly.
Do I pull that person to the side and say, hey, you know what? We have a certain dress code. This is the rules of the house. Now, we'll be more than happy to service you, or we'll be more than happy to have your business, but at this time you can't wear that particular attire in here. That's something really simple, that's professional. And if she chooses to take it to left field after that, that's on her.
I have the picture. I'm trying to see if I can get it bigger.
You hit the nail on the head.
But that's one thing words always say. And my boy, my brother, my partner, game related. I can catch game related on No Balls, No Glory Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 Central Standard Time. Hey,
no, you didn't come on here and do a plug.
Hey,
Stop.
but I'm telling you though, one thing my boy Game and words always say, man, all money ain't good money. Period. They say all money ain't good money. And her coming in, not being able to spend her money, that may be some money they like. We cool on that money because it ain't good money.
Man, I'm cool on that.
Hey, if we got our regular money coming in here every single week, and they get offended and they get upset and they say, hey, you know what? We ain't coming back here. No, I'm not finna lose my regular over one time overnight what you call it, one night stand. I ain't gonna lose that.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
Not at all.
Let me
But
see.
it's like in today's society, this is what it seems like the majority of the population here in the US wants. A person to lose everything over one night. No.
Y'all see the screen? I pulled it up. This is the lady. I'm not gonna play the video, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see the shorts. This is the woman that got kicked out of the restaurant. And these are the shorts she had on. They're obviously short, and they even have like the cuts in the front, and she's wearing a tank top.
I would have threw her ass the fuck out of there too.
That part.
So
You
I
see
would've
that kid sitting right there?
I would have threw her the fuck out of there.
So why? And no, y'all look at these types of outfits outside of restaurants. So what is it that is so bad just because it's a quote family setting? We don't know if there's families in there. I don't know if that's a kid, but I understand that it's a tradition. Like she couldn't go overseas and wear this in their restaurant because that's their culture. So
How do I explain to my 10-year-old daughter who's looking at her coming in there, ask me, can we go purchase of those shorts?
you say no because
how do I
those
explain
are
it?
age appropriate.
Nah. Because
They're
that's
not
still
age appropriate.
You know what that does? That gives her the insight that I can wear them one day.
Bingo.
So the answer is nah, that's not an approach when dealing with a female.
Okay, but I'm gonna take it a step further because you could also say that that's what parenting is for. I'm going to raise you to a certain standard that though I may not agree with, though I don't mind what she's wearing, I do not agree with it for you. And then we practice that in the types of clothes I buy. Because if you look at it everywhere, it's kind of hard for women to buy clothes that aren't extra short. Like you have to really look. They purposely cut the stuff shorter. So if you have long legs, the shorts are going to appear shorter than what they actually are.
Right, but that comment right there, that's not a people problem. That's a personal problem.
No, that is a people problem.
No, it ain't. You know
Yes,
why?
it is, because
You know why?
if we're having a
listen.
hard time shopping for the stuff, then
Who said you got to shop? What happened to the art of sewing?
sir,
So that is a personal problem.
sit down. Not every woman can sew and stop it.
Who made that a gender? Who made that a gender topic? I didn't.
I didn't say it was a
sew.
gender topic. What I said was
Meaning that you can't say that they're only making this. Why aren't you making your own?
Sir, sit down. That was a very chauvinistic remark.
That's not chauvinistic.
Yes,
That's real.
Is.
You cannot say
all women need to sew because I can't find
You can't do that.
That's the whole point of going shopping and buying clothes.
No, but that's like me saying they only selling nut huggers for jeans. Then that means I'm not buying them.
If we can't find shorts that are a decent
make them.
They mass, but
you know a seamstress that'll make what you want. Everybody
and by the time we find somebody to make the shorts, we could have paid them. It's expensive to have something sewn, so that is not logical.
It is logical.
It is not logical.
Learning to sew is logical.
We're not going to sew all our clothes, sir. That's
not what I'm saying. Who said that you had to?
That's what you were saying.
But look here. What I'm saying is you have an option. You can't sit here and say they won't give me this when you can do it yourself. That's not a logical defense when you say they won't. Who the fuck is they?
It is a logical defense if manufacturers
they don't dictate your life. You got we as a community gotta quit
a woman.
But at the end of the day, we as a community gotta quit allowing them to dictate what goes on our body. We have options. We have to expand our thought process. Meaning, if learning to sew is what you gotta do, then it's what you gotta do.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna strongly disagree because I see what you're saying, but that is not logical because everything I will be sewing every outfit. Who wants to go buy a sewing machine, buy material when it's quick?
I got a cousin who don't do nothing but sew her clothes.
And that's your cousin.
She don't go buy nothing from
And that's a
nobody.
beautiful
She
thing,
go,
and that takes a special skill. But at the end of the day,
man,
it is not every woman has the talent, time, or patience to sit here and sew every piece of clothes. We're not doing that.
I didn't say you
Hey.
did. What I said
That's
is you
what
had
you said.
options. I said
It
you had
shouldn't be an
options.
option. It
It
shouldn't be
should
an
be.
option.
Well, other
We
than wear what the fuck
every
they
piece
telling
of
you to wear and get
clothing,
put out.
every
Then
piece of
wear what you
clothing should
wear.
not sexualize a woman. And
Go
we're gonna be
buy,
for real.
the
They're
sexual explicit.
sexualizing babies. It starts at
Exactly. So
baby
why are you
and it
putting that
goes
on them?
up. So if I have 5 women in my family, I'm not gonna sit here and sew every outfit for 5 women. I would never get up from the sewing machine. There is no way.
That's called a job, ain't it?
No, it is not.
It's an art to making money, ain't it, B?
How's it an art to making money if it's my clothes?
Because you just called out a whole career that you said no to.
Sir,
That's a lifetime employment
no.
sewing for 5 women.
We're
Yes.
talking about my clothes. These are my clothes. How am I getting paid for sewing my wardrobe?
You just said
I'm
that you had
spending
5
money.
women.
Yes,
said
5 women, 4 daughters, and myself. That's 5 women. I said 5 women and
You
1
want to
man.
know how much money do you save? It ain't
Who
always
don't
about what you
pay me?
spend.
I'm spending money on material. Do you know how much
Do you know how cheap
material
material
costs?
is? Do you know how the material is cheaper
Material
than
is
the actual
expensive.
outfit you go buy?
Material and the buttons and the thread and the needle.
It's cheaper.
It is not.
It is.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's
No,
look at it. No, hold
you
up,
listen.
hold up. You
Listen
said
to
it's
this.
cheaper.
Go plant a garden. Go plant a garden.
Oh no, hold on.
No,
Let me
listen.
tell you about
Is it
your
cheaper-
garden.
Is it cheaper
Material.
for you to grow a tomato
No, it is
or
not.
actually go buy one out the store?
No, it is not. Because let me tell you, I
How
could
much
buy.
is a tomato in the store?
Can I tell you? Can I talk? Can I tell
Go
you?
ahead. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So we're not talking about tomatoes. You're talking about making clothes. So I'm gonna tell you about making clothes.
I'm talking about making
Material.
money.
No, we were
Go
talking
for it.
about
Go for
material.
it. Go for it. And I'm gonna
Thank
shut
you.
all that down.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, listen to me then.
I
Go
love
for
it.
So, material, depending on the type, it can run from $1.50 on per yard. So let's say you need 7 yards. So you already at $10.50, right? Okay, I could have bought a pair of shorts for $10, but I'm 50 cents over. Nope. Listen. Then you gotta buy the buckle, you gotta buy the thread, and you have to buy a zipper. That's already an extra $8, right? Maybe. So I'm already at $20. Now I'm double the price of a $10 pair of shorts that are already finished at the store. And if I want to add any other embellishments, that's
Now
gonna
keep in
cost me
mind, them
even
are
more
shorts that
money.
you don't
So
like
you're
because of how
saying
they made.
no.
Those are
You said,
shorts you don't
can I
like
finish?
because of how they made.
Can I finish? I would listen to you, sir. So what I'm saying is, you said it was cheaper to make it. It is not cheaper to make it because you're not taking in consideration all the pieces that go into it. Whereas these shorts are already done.
It's not cheaper to make everything you got.
No, it is not.
You tripping. You tripping. You tripping. You talking to a man right now that has a license to cultivate cannabis.
Okay, sir, that's
It's
gardening,
cheaper.
and
It's
even
all,
gardening is more
it,
expensive to.
no, it is not.
Yes, it is. You're not
How is you
taking in all
telling
the
me?
stuff.
No.
Telling
Look,
you.
you walk into a look, I'll break it down to you as simple as this. You walk into a
And
grocery
gardening
store.
is different than purchasing
No, it's
material for
no.
clothes.
Marketing is marketing across the board.
No, it
And
is
my
not.
line B.
It is a totally
B,
different
B,
market.
you got a degree in marketing, right? People Stamp, where you at?
He's still
Did
there
you read?
laughing at you.
Explain to me this. In marketing, what is cheaper, to build it or to sell it? Which one holds the value? Hello? He ain't answering. Oh, he done walked away. But anyway, you walk in the grocery store,
Yeah, okay.
right? And the only reason I'm using a garden is because that's the most minute thing that us as people can physically look at to gauge it. You walk into a garden. I mean, not a garden, but you go into the store. You buy a tomato. A tomato is what? 29 cents
No,
for one.
more like 68, but go ahead.
For one.
For one.
You can get a pack of seeds for $1. How many tomatoes gonna grow on that one tree, on that one tomato vine?
You buy okay, so let's look
It's
at
called, you gotta put, the thing is, we live in a population, nobody wanna put the work in, they just want the outcome.
But sir, that's not true, because there is more to just going to Dollar Tree, buying a pack of seeds and planting it. You have to
it's
buy
not
the
more to it
soil.
than that.
You have to
No,
buy
you
the pot.
don't. No, who told you lie? Why would you have to buy soil when you stirring that dirt?
Okay,
That's a
well,
lie.
you still have to buy other things in order. You gotta
No,
buy
you don't. No,
yes,
you
you
don't.
do. You
How
can't
you
just
telling me and I do
buy
it?
a tomato seed. There is work that you have to
No, you
produce.
don't.
And
No,
even
you
if
don't. Other than fertilizer, no, you don't.
okay, tomato seed and fertilizer
Okay,
costs.
how much you
So
think
it costs more
fertilizer
than
costs?
$1.
$5.
Well, see, now you just went over that 68
You just spent
cents by
$6, but
$4 and some
we not
change.
even talking about what
You
it's gonna
said it
give.
cost 68 cents, so 68 cents compared to that
Keep spending your
$4
68
and
cents.
something.
And this
You
right
are
here, people,
over.
wow, never married.
You have went over that 68 cents. You said that it compares.
Right,
So
but
that's
at
why
the end
it's
of the day,
cheaper
you
to pay
count.
for the
Look at
68
what
cents.
you're counting. Keep going, keep digging. Because
I'm
what
not
you're counting
digging.
is what you're counting is one purchase. You're not counting what you're finna do the rest of the year.
And
You
so,
ain't counting. You ain't counted all
and
that.
you aren't either, because once the
With this one
tomato
growth,
grows, you got to pay somebody to come
I'll
in
show you how
and
I
clean
counted
it
the
and pick
whole
up
year.
the vine. So
No, because with that one growth, you done just supplied yourself with tomatoes for the whole year.
how did I supply myself for a whole year?
Because you're too busy not listening that you done planted a whole garden.
You didn't plant a whole garden, no.
What you
And
think
then,
somebody
and
gonna
even,
grow
and
one
the
tomato
tomatoes
plant?
and you
Who
might
grow
have a
one
bad
tomato
crop
plant?
and they may die.
Who grow one? It don't work that way.
It does.
What
You could
garden you
have
done planted?
you could have the locusts come in and eat everything. Your vine could die. Anything could happen. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah, but you can
because you
also
plant
buy them
that.
You can also buy them damn shorts and the button pop off or the zipper break. So your point is what?
And it's still cheaper that it's
It is not cheaper.
manufactured
It's never
versus
cheaper to go
me
buy.
putting
It's
in all
never
that work
cheaper to
and
go
getting the
buy with
material.
nobody else. It is not. It is
It
never
is.
cheaper to be the consumer versus the producer. Never.
It is so much cheaper.
Never. If that was the case, nobody would be a producer.
You are a producer because you can afford to mass produce more than one pair of shorts and make a profit faster.
If that was the case, you wouldn't see a watermelon man standing on the corner selling watermelons.
Yes, you would, because they already grow the watermelon, so he can get them in a man. If that's the case, you wouldn't see Walmart have more than one tomato. So it's mass production, and they have to plant billions of them.
Exactly,
so
because
mass
what are they
production,
doing?
but it's still more expensive.
It is not more expensive to produce your own. That is a lie.
It is.
That is a lie. No,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. In the case of vine, in case
it is cheaper to produce.
We were talking about the production of shorts, and you went into tomato. It is two different things, and it goes across textiles.
Regardless of what you're saying, it's cheaper
Regardless
to produce.
of what I'm saying, now you're not respecting my opinion.
I'm not gonna respect something that's a lie.
It is not a lie. Ask, ask the champ your
Right.
question now that
You
he
have a
back
degree.
on.
No,
Ask
let's
the
nip
champ
it in
your
the bud.
question.
I want to nip this in the bud. Brian, you have a
Please
degree
do.
in marketing, right?
Yes.
So what's cheaper, being a producer or the one that actually
No,
sells
tell
the
it
goods?
right. Tell it right.
That is right.
No,
What's
it is.
cheaper?
Okay.
Which way?
Champ, so here's the thing. He asked
Which
me,
way is
is
cheaper?
it
Which
cheaper
way
to
would it
go
be
and
cheaper?
buy one pair of shorts, or is it cheaper to go buy the fabric and all the
I
embellishments
ain't talking about,
for
but
the
see, we're not
short?
talking about the same thing. You talking about one thing.
You
I'm
asked
talking
me about the
I ain't
shorts
talking
first. I'm
about.
going to the shorts. It's not fair to
But
talk
look,
about
okay,
tomatoes
but if
and gardening
you
because
think I'm
that's
gonna make
two
one
different
pair of shorts,
things.
or am I gonna make me enough pair to get me through the damn summer?
You go mass produce your shorts, man.
Exactly. So therefore, it's cheaper.
No, that is not
Yes.
the question.
Let's talk.
What's the question?
Okay,
Talk to me, Shay Boogie.
I'm trying,
ask.
but I'm gonna wait till he stop yelling
No,
so I
I'm
can
done.
ask my
I'm done.
question.
I'm done.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
ask my question completely then? So
Love it.
his original question to me was, is it cheaper to buy the shorts, one person, cheaper to buy the shorts or make your own? I said it is cheaper to buy the shorts because by the time you buy fabric and the embellishments that go along with it, it gets expensive. Then he went into the tomatoes, and I said gardening is a total different thing. So in concern to the shorts, not mass production from Walmart. We're not talking mass production from Walmart. You asked me one person, myself as an example, if it was
That's not.
for me to
You
make a
don't
pair.
listen
That
well,
is
'cause
how you started
that's
it.
not. Go back and
Can
when
I
you go back
finish?
and look at
Can
this
I
show,
finish?
you finish, but you're saying things that I never fucking said.
You did.
I did not.
Anyway,
I
so
said it is
I'm
cheaper
gonna
to
ask
produce
the
your
question.
own
I'm
clothes.
asking for myself. Is it cheaper to make one pair of shorts, or is it cheaper to sew? Is it cheaper to buy, or is it cheaper to sew the shorts?
You're talking about one pair.
I asked him.
You moved the goal.
The original question was, is it cheaper to
No,
buy the shorts
obviously,
or make the shorts?
answer to what you're talking about is obviously it's cheaper to buy one pair.
That's
But
what
Hey,
we was talking
I
about.
never
from a
mentioned
cost
one pair
analysis,
though.
from a cost analysis standpoint, it is cheaper to buy one pair. But what I was under the impression that you are going into your own business, so you want to get several pairs, mass
Nah,
produce several pairs.
that wasn't what the
So if
question
you guys are
was.
selling
He
it.
went to.
But cheaper, it'll be cheaper to purchase one pair.
Thank you. That's all I want.
Obviously,
Thank you.
but that wasn't even, you moved the goalpost. That wasn't
No,
even
I
what
know I
said.
didn't. The whole conversation
Words.
started, and then you went into gardening. You know what?
Hey, words. She moved the football when you tried to go kick it up.
No, you stop
She
it.
Charlie
Coming
Brown,
back
and she
in here
still don't
causing
get the fact
drama.
that she doing.
No, I did not.
don't get
Because
that.
we was talking about shorts and you went into tomatoes.
I said, let's
stop.
break it down to the common man.
No,
I said, break it down.
No, you can't go
I
from
didn't say
one
that.
to
Go
the
back
other.
and listen.
Okay, hold on.
When this show is over, you can go back and listen to everything I said.
Hey man, the live next Sunday will be
Wait a
off
minute.
the chain. I promise you.
So wait a minute though. Then, if we're gonna talk about the tomatoes, no, I don't even want to ask that question. No,
I love it.
You can't start one topic and then go into another. It's a total different thing. The production for tomatoes is totally different from the textile of
Okay,
shorts.
now will you please listen to what I actually said?
Sir,
I actually said that it's cheaper to produce your own. I never singled out one pair of shorts, one tomato, none of that shit.
Yes, you did. Okay, so you said
I
was figuring out. Okay, hold on.
That's not what I'm saying, and you
said,
telling me, yeah, that's what you're saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. I said it's cheaper to sew your own clothes.
And I said it wasn't.
I said here's an option. You can always make your own.
And then you said, and I said it wasn't cheaper. It's not cost effective to make a pair of shorts. And
That's
then you went
one
to the tomato
pair.
example. It is
But
not equal.
B,
Cheaper.
wouldn't this be logical thinking? If I'm going there, it's summertime coming. I know I'm gonna want shorts.
Uh-huh.
Why would I sew just one pair?
Yeah.
Why would
Sir,
I sew one pair?
that was
From a
That
lot.
is
not
not
the
how a
question.
seamstress even operate. A seamstress don't just sew one thing and call it a day.
Sir.
They gonna sew several things, and then now they got their money's worth.
A
With the
seamstress
change.
does not mass sew anything. A seamstress is there to repair and fix. Now you're talking about tailoring and all that good stuff.
No, I'm not. When
Seamstresses
I'm
do
saying
not do that.
your correct verbiage to use right there would have been, what do you mean by a seamstress before you assume what I'm talking about?
Well, you just said what you're talking about.
I
You
said a
just
seamstress, meaning a
mass
person that
produces
no,
more.
listening is king.
I
Meaning
can listen.
a person that sews.
A seamstress, still a person that sews
Meaning, I'm giving you
that
my
wouldn't
meaning,
waste their
not
time.
the definition that
They
you're
would have
going by.
a
Meaning a
manufacturer.
person that sews.
Okay, and I get what you're saying. I heard what you said, but they do not sit there and make multiple items. Usually, they're
do.
okay.
A person that sews do not just sew one thing and call it a day.
Sir. Okay.
Ma'am. A
Sir.
person that sews does not just sew.
You know
one
how long
copy and
it
say,
takes to
"Ooh,
sew
I got it,
something?
I'm
They not
done."
gonna.
No, they don't do that. When they
So
even
how
go
long does it
shopping.
take to sew something? I'm
Listen.
interested in
Would you
this.
listen for a moment? Because I
I'm
deal with
listening.
people that sew for a living. You know what they do when they go to the store? They buy several types of material. They buy several types of patterns. They buy several different threads. They buy, I don't know how they identify the thread singular, but they buy several different types. They buy several needles.
And
They
I
don't
told
never
you all
sit
this.
on one thing.
I said
Never.
all this to you. You're saying the same thing I said.
No,
You are
you're
saying
stuck
the
on one.
exact same
You're
thing
stuck
I
on
said.
one.
But
I'm
here's
not
the
saying
thing.
what you're saying
Here's the thing,
because
though.
you're stuck on one. You're
I'm not
on
stuck
one.
on one. I'm telling you, you asked the question. You said it was cheaper to sew a pair of shorts versus buy it. I said no.
A pair means one when you
A
talk
pair
about
means
shorts.
one. But I
And
said
I
that
didn't
it
say
is
that.
not
Will you
cheaper.
just acknowledge that I didn't say that?
You
I did
did.
not say that.
You know what?
You
We
want
Hey,
to
man.
acknowledge that I didn't say that.
you didn't.
Hey, man. Hey,
You
man.
didn't.
You know what? Hey, when all else fails, blame the people's champ for all this, man.
We're not
Man,
gonna blame
I
you
didn't
because
say that.
you changed it.
I
Because
didn't say that. Don't put
I
words in my
told
mouth.
you,
I didn't
no,
say
we
it.
can listen back to it. I can send it right back to you. What you said was, and then you went into the tomatoes. I said it wasn't cheaper to buy the materials for the shorts. And then you went into the garden example. So I can run it back for you. I promise you that's not what you said.
I know what I
two
said.
different things.
That's
Okay,
the
you know what
difference.
you said.
You're listening.
what you
You're listening
said.
to what I'm saying, and I'm telling you what I said.
Well, that's the difference. I heard what you said.
Yeah, I
You
know
can tell
what
me
I
all
said.
day. I heard exactly
I
what
know
you
what
said.
I said.
I don't have to lie about
what we were talking about, the conversation was about those shorts right there.
Those
And you
shorts.
were talking about we're in the store and they don't make these particular type of clothes for women. Everything is revealing. I said, here's an idea. You can make your own clothes.
And I
Not
said
a good
it's
idea because I only
expensive to
want
make
one
your
pair.
own clothes. Yes, I did. I said it was too expensive to make your own clothes. You said no, it's not. I said yes,
It's not too
it
expensive.
is.
Right. So therefore, we're not talking about one pair of shorts.
We are talking about one
No,
pair
I'm
of
not talking. I just told you that's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking
Get that
about?
through your
Because I'm
mind. I just
confused.
said that. And you just agreed that that's what I said. But
You
now you revert
did.
back to one pair to try to move the goalposts and say,
I'm
yeah, this is
not
what you're
moving
talking
the
about.
goalposts. All I said was you said it was you said you should learn how to sew your own clothes. I said it would be too
Oh yeah. Oh,
expensive
Sophia back
to
now.
sew that pair of shorts.
Oh yeah.
You're
Oh,
once again, you're talking about singular.
Okay,
I'm
you know what?
talking
You are
about plural.
absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
I'm talking about
Absolutely.
plural. I'm not talking singular.
Exactly.
It's cheap.
It is.
Obviously, it's cheaper for me to walk into say JC Penney's and buy me some 501s versus going to just have me one pair of jeans made.
That's a contradiction to what you've been saying.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's not a contradiction. That's what you're
Okay.
saying.
No,
You're still
that
talking singular. So
no, I'm not talking singular. You are.
obviously, if I want one pair of jeans, it's cheaper for me to go buy them out of the
That's
store.
all I
But
said.
say I want 5 pair.
I was just talking about the one pair
No,
of
that's
shorts,
what I'm
but
talking. That's what you're talking about. But this is what I'm
that's what
talking about.
that's what the original conversation is.
Right, but you all in any conversation, you still have to have an option out, right? Or other than that, you're stuck.
Oh, you just moved the goalpost yourself.
No,
sir.
I did
Okay,
not.
okay.
If you're
You're
saying
right.
that they're only giving me this, I can't do
That
nothing
is
but
not
accept
what
this. I can't do nothing but accept this. Okay, here's an option. Go make your own, then you don't have to deal with them. That's too expensive though. That means that means that a person in that light doesn't want to be pleased. Because you have options. Not shopping with them is an option. Not going to their restaurant is an option. So if I give you an option, then don't get mad because you don't like the option. Okay, buy their clothes then. I don't like that way either. Well, what do you like? I don't know.
Okay.
hey man. Oh, Sophia home now. Things go change.
Shut up, fool.
We all got options. We all got options. Don't let these
Yeah, we
motherfuckers
all
out here
got.
limit your options. Don't quit letting them these people out here do that to you. And those are my words for tonight. Quit letting this life dictate that you don't have options. You always got an option. Always do. It might be a little tougher on you because now you actually got to do a little work, but it's okay. You got an option.
Do I got the option to punch you in your throat now, or
You
should I
most certainly
pick
do
another
got an
day?
option to do that. But then
Okay,
you also got to worry about what come back behind it.
that's all right. I ain't scared, but I
Because
do get to punch you in the
I'm
throat.
going to call the police on you. I ain't even finna hit you back. I'm going to
Well,
charge
that's
you.
all right. Call the police. I think I'm gonna have to take tonight, cause sir, you been
Amazing.
acting up.
Hey, man. I didn't know I caused all this controversy,
You ain't
man.
cause no controversy, brother. We
This
got
is every
options.
week.
That was the
We
moral.
do.
That was the moral to what I was saying. You have an option and don't let them limit you. They limit you whenever you have that thought process of saying, well, this is all they're giving me. No, it ain't. That's the only avenue you going on.
Well,
That's not your only option. You can say, fuck them. I'm not buying none of that shit.
I'm gonna
No.
just say this. I get what you saying, and that is crystal. Got it. But I'm gonna put it like this, and this is the reality of the situation. If we're still talking about the shorts, it is difficult to purchase women's clothing. That's the reality. Because every woman's body is different, especially Black women. We have different shapes. We have different heights. There's a lot that goes on. So they don't always make things long enough for us. They don't always make things to where it's kind of short and fits us. Sometimes it's too long. They made it for a tall woman. there is a lot that goes on to shopping for a woman. It is not easy that you can just walk into a store and it magically fits. That's all I'm saying. So
I
where
get it.
wait a minute, where her shorts may have fit somebody a little further down the thigh, that's where it stopped on her. So she may have bought those thinking they fit her the way it was supposed to, but because of her body and maybe having a little more donk in her trunk, that's where they came up. That's all I was saying. So it's not just a simple so. It is not. This is going across ages. This is from kids on down. Little girls is wearing short shorts. And it's not because, you need to go sew it. They need to make it a little longer and stop sexualizing.
Who is they? They not gonna do that. Will y'all get that through y'all
Oh
head?
my
Y'all
goodness.
asking them,
Can I finish?
y'all asking the goddamn devil to cover you.
And why should
That's not gonna
if that was
motherfucking
the
happen.
case,
All right.
nobody should be able to shop
Lucifer himself
anywhere.
to cover you
Nobody would
and
be
not
able
show
to
you
shop
in a false
anywhere
light.
then.
That's
Come
not
on,
gonna
sir.
happen.
It's a reality. It's a reality. They
I
are
know,
stores.
but it's a
We shop
reality
at
that it's
stores.
not gonna
We
happen.
shop
They
at
want you
stores.
exposed.
Everybody has to shop at a store. It's the reality.
No, everybody don't. That's
Yes,
something that
we
we've
do.
been
At some
forced.
point, you do have to shop. Even if you grow
No,
your own,
everybody
you have to
don't.
go
What I'm
buy the
telling
stuff
you,
at a
what
store
I'm
to
telling you,
grow
there
your
are people.
own.
You do know that there are people in this world that don't shop at nobody's store.
What store do you not shop at all?
I didn't say me. I said there
I'm
are
saying,
people.
well, who's that? Who's they that don't shop at a store? Who is that?
The Amish?
The Amish still have to buy wagons. They're shopping from
No,
somebody.
they don't. They build that shit themselves.
They buy the wood.
No, they don't. They
How
cut
do
a
they
fucking
get the
tree
wood
down.
for the stuff?
You cut the tree down.
That was
Did
pretty
they have to
damn.
buy seeds for the trees?
The
You said
trees produce their own seeds. Life
Amish,
gives it all to us.
Amish
This is
still
what I'm
shop in
saying.
stores.
Amish drive around in minivans now. You tripping?
Some do, not
They
all.
still shopping in
Right.
stores.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them. Some of them still.
Not
Don't
all
cover
of
the
them.
Still don't.
Just like
Jay,
not
some of them
everybody
still don't.
sells their clothes. Not all
Some of
of them,
them
because some of
still
us are
look.
still
Say
shopping in stores.
some people
Just like
still
you
don't have
said. Just like
electricity.
you said. So
You
boom,
do
Amish
understand that.
gone. Amish gone, sir. Sir, we're just gonna have to call a spade on this one. Nobody's gonna win. Cause even with that, your boy even said Amish is shopping and riding in
Some
minivans.
are. Nothing
Riding in
is
minivans.
100%. Nothing is. So the moment you say everybody's going to
Okay,
a
well,
store,
that's you
I can
realize that. So how can you sit here and say that women should
say because I
100%
can
sew their
physically,
clothes
because a man
and not
like
shop
me
in
can physically,
stores? You can't
if
say
you be
that.
quiet,
Even the
I'll
Amish are
explain
driving
it to you.
minivans.
Man, because one Amish driving the minivan, all of them are now, right?
Well,
Because one nigga smoke crack, we all smoke crack, right?
well,
Because one female a hoe, all of y'all hoes, right?
well,
It's not a such thing as all.
that's what I'm trying to get you to see. All
Nah,
women
you
can't
not.
sew.
No, because you
All
one that
women
say you
can't
can
sew.
all. I
So
didn't
we have
say
to buy
all.
our clothes from somewhere. We're
Have
gonna
I-
be walking around naked.
When have you heard me say all? When have you heard me say all? I'll wait.
Sir,
I'll wait.
I think we're gonna have to
I'll
wrap this
wait.
up, my brother, because we're not gonna
I'll wait.
agree
You
on
never
this.
heard me say all.
Yeah,
Ain't even in my vocabulary.
you just said,
Just like butt ain't. I just said what?
you just said, you did.
There's your
I'm
mediator on
sorry.
the line.
Cause you can't, you up here saying that, well, if you can't do this with the club, then you gotta make your own. And all honest,
I said you have an option. You don't like options.
No,
I
that's
get it.
not. No,
I get it. You don't like options.
You're not finna twist this to where
I
it's
get it. You don't like options. You want it your way or it don't work.
You twisting it, and you
No,
know.
I'm not twisting that. All I'm saying is expand your thought process. It's never a such
now see,
thing as
that's
they're
what you're
making
not
it.
gonna do. That's
It's
what you're
never a
not
such
gonna
thing
do.
as that.
You're not gonna tell me my thoughts is small and I don't expand. That's not what you're gonna do, sir. Don't come at me.
I
Don't
didn't say
come at
your
me like
thoughts were small. I didn't say that.
oh,
I didn't say that.
oh.
Did I? B, did you
Yeah.
hear me say her thoughts
Yes.
small?
You just said you need to expand
I know
your
that's not what
thought.
I said. I didn't say that. I said that we have to expand. I said you have to expand your thought process. I said
I
nothing
said,
about your
don't
thoughts.
come for me. You're not gonna tell me my thoughts are small.
I
Just
didn't say that. You said that to yourself.
I'm just saying in general, you're not gonna come for me like that.
Expand
We
your
have to
thought process.
expand. You said
I
you,
said expand. I said nothing about it being small. I said expand.
and I'm
If
telling
somebody
you
say expand, that don't mean it's small.
that's if you telling me I need to
No, that don't
expand
mean the
my
opposite
thoughts.
of expand is not small. Brian, what is the opposite of expand?
Yeah, your boy is
Hey,
running.
hey, the
Right.
opposite of expand is you shorten. When you expand something, the opposite of expanding something is shortening something.
Right. That don't mean small. You can be short and not be small.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Huh. Okay.
So
Well,
when
you
you
know,
expand your
with
thought
my
process, that
with
means
my
it's another
unexpanded
road
thought.
right here that I never knew I could take.
Well, with my
I love.
unexpanded thoughts.
We all have to expand our thoughts. Because what they like to do is put you in a little bitty box and make you think you can't get outside this box. You have to shop with us. No, the fuck I don't.
So now you done put out 4 goals. Got it. I understood that. Mm-mm.
I mean, this is the way this work out here. You can't never let them put you in the box to where you feel that you have to do business with this particular person or you have to put this particular
But see,
thing on.
until
The
you
answer
really
is no to that.
understand, well, until you truly understand women's fashion, which you don't, and the struggles that we go through, then you can't understand where I'm coming from. I will just put it like that, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Don't understand.
You don't,
What,
because
what
there's more to simply
understand
walking
about
into
you
a
having an
store.
option?
that-
I could give a damn about what they
you didn't let
selling
me
you
finish
when
because
you
you're
got
talking,
an
but I'll
option
let
to
you
say
finish.
no to
I'll
it.
let you finish.
You don't want to use the other option. Like a lot of us don't like using our other options that we have to where we settle. That's called, what y'all don't want to do is settle. That's called settling.
Okay, so are you done?
You're settling
you're
for
not.
what they're selling you. You don't have to buy it.
Are you done? Can I
And
talk?
I'm never done.
Okay, well, can I talk?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, I don't know, sewing, okay, that is an option. But again, not every woman sews. Not every woman has the time to sew. So where do we get our clothes then?
That's on you.
Well, then that's what I just
Not every
said.
man, not
That-
every man
I
works.
wasn't
Look
done.
here,
I
look here,
wasn't done.
look here, look here.
I wasn't done.
But no, let me answer that first
No,
part.
you didn't let me finish. I wasn't
All
done.
right, go ahead. Move
So
the goalpost because you
basically,
don't want that one answered. Go ahead.
well, I mean, go ahead, but I wasn't done, and I listened to
Go ahead.
you, so I would
Go
appreciate
ahead.
the same respect.
Go ahead.
So what
Go
I
ahead.
was saying was, yes, we do have options. We don't have to shop at Walmart. We don't have to shop at Rainbow. We don't have to shop here, but we do have to shop somewhere. So past sewing and buying, what other options do we have for clothes? Exactly. So
How are clothes
we have to
made?
get them from somewhere.
No, stop. How are clothes made?
How are clothes made? We sew them, we buy
All
them.
right.
I don't
So
know.
the only way that you're going to get clothes is either you buy them out of the store or you sew them yourself.
Okay.
Those are your only 2 options when it comes to clothing yourself.
Exactly. So if you can't sew, you got to buy.
All
There
right.
is no other option. So thank you. You have to buy your clothes.
No, you don't if you got an option to sold.
If you can't
An
sell,
option means it's more than one. That's what option means. Option means more than one, multiple.
well, if one option automatically goes out the window if you can't sell.
It only goes right, but it only goes out the window because us as people don't push ourselves towards that option.
Sir.
I mean, it's what it is.
Okay, so again,
Just because you don't do a thing, that don't mean that option not on the table.
eh,
That's just like
I
if my
get
house
that, and that's true. But there's a lot, it's not cost effective to learn how to sew.
it
It's
is.
not. You have to buy
It
the
is.
equipment, the material, the
You
accessories,
look
all
Are
that.
you looking? Let me ask. Maybe I'm not asking the right question. Are you looking short term or are you looking long term? When you saying that it's not cost effective, are you looking short term or are you looking long term?
Okay, so let's give an example so that we can be on the same page. And it's almost 10 o'clock.
Answer the
So
question that I
I'm
asked. Are
I'm
you
giving,
looking
I
short
need an
term?
example because
I
short
don't give an
term, long
example.
term
Are
is
you
not
look?
making
Do you
any
need an
sense.
example? I just gave it to you. Do you need an example to answer a
Yes.
question? Are you
Yes.
looking at a short term goal or a long term goal?
I'm looking at a short term. We'll go there. I'm looking for a
If you're
short
looking for a short time fix, the store is always gonna be number one.
Okay.
But
That's exactly what I needed an
however,
example
life
for.
ain't a short term fix. It's a long term. It's long term. So
And
if you're
I
looking
get
at if you're looking at it long term, then sewing is your better option.
no, it's not.
It is.
No, it is not. You're
God
just looking at
damn.
because you're not looking at the cost
Even for
over
me, even for me,
time.
I am. I
You
am.
was-
Even for me, if I were to learn to sew as a long-term investment, it would be cheaper for me when it comes to clothing.
no, it wouldn't. Why would you think that?
Do you sew?
I do. I don't do it all the time, but I do sew. I don't have a machine, but
You gonna tell me that if I went over here and paid $600 for this suit, I can't get this same suit made for half of it.
nope.
You tripping. I done already went and had one done. You tripping.
You tripping.
You tripping. I just went and had me one, then picked the pattern, had it all put together, and only paid $300 for something that I bought $600 out the store.
Nope. And if you need to bless their heart because it is still more expensive to sell something.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
It's always in business. It's always cheaper to be the one that
Okay,
produces.
so here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me everything on that suit. I want to know the material and I want to research it myself and see if I'm tripping. I'll go right across the street to Joann's and ask them. I want to know. Because there is no way it only, you know what I'm saying? I just can't.
When I went and bought a pattern, the pattern was 99 cents. The material I bought, I want to say I spent $65 for the material. And the motherfucker measured me and cut it out.
Okay, well, I want to see that, but I'm talking that,
And
then you got to look at it as a
paid
male,
him
female.
to sew
It's
it
too many
together.
factors in there. I want to see it myself. I'm gonna
Life
check. I'll
is
check
factors.
myself.
You do
There's a
understand
lot
life
that goes
is
on
factors.
into it. You know
Life
what?
is factors. There are factors in life.
Yes,
They
there
talk,
are factors.
you know,
I'll
we used to
research.
watch the show.
I'll
We used
research.
to watch the show.
You're
We
right.
used to watch the show called The Facts of Life, right?
Yeah.
And what's fact short of? Factor.
Okay.
Life works a particular way. It's always cheaper to be the one that produces it versus the consumer. This is why people sell things.
Okay. You know, and we're gonna
That's why
and we don't.
if it was cheaper to be a consumer, nobody would be a producer.
It's not that simple. I think it just depends. Like it is
Nobody
not
would
it
be
is
a
not
producer.
cheaper to always sew stuff. It
Who's gonna understand this, Shay?
it
Now
depends.
I'm talking about business. I'm moving away from all of that sewing. All right.
You
Just
know you
in
can't, but you can't
just in,
do that though. It
I
changes
can
it
because life is
changes the goal.
business. Life is business. Now, I mean, if life was not business, Christ would have never said do commerce. That's
Okay.
written in your Bible, right? To
Uh-huh.
buy and sell goods, right?
Okay.
That is good to do those things. That is written, right?
It is written.
Now at the end of the day, who is sitting at the top of that food chain? The person that's producing or the person that's buying?
I just asked. We just talked about one pair of shorts. We went somewhere else.
You stuck on
But,
shorts, and I
okay.
just said I moved away from that, didn't
I
I?
know, but I'm just saying in general
You
that
stuck on one. I
we
ain't
was
talking
talking about a
about one.
totally different thing.
When it comes to producing anything, nobody produces one. Who
Okay.
produces one? Nobody. That's
But
not even worth your
but
time to
I'm
produce
okay.
one.
You right. You
So
right.
in that sense, what you're talking about, short-term goal, one, yeah, it's cheaper to go buy it. But if you're talking about a long-term investment, you doing something long-term, oh, it's always cheaper to do it yourself.
Okay. Well,
You
we're gonna
save
leave
money
it
over
right
the year.
there.
That's like if you go find a new job, or you asking them what you get paid every week or what you make for the year.
I'm gonna make for the year.
Long term.
All
I'm
right.
talking long term. I'm not talking about nothing short
But you
term.
talked about we've talked about 15 different things, and it did. I get what you're saying. I do, but we talk about two different things, and at the end of the day, I feel like we was
The
both
club, right?
in
But the
our
club,
different
look,
ways. But
the club, it ain't just the clothes for women. Get away from that topic too.
I'm
Where
not
you
on.
think?
I'm just saying in
No, I'm
general.
just saying. I'm just saying. Listen,
You can't.
I'm saying get away from that because
The
guess what? It's
topic
the
was the girl shorts, though. So how you
But
telling
listen
me
to
get
what
away
I'm
from there?
saying, Shay. It ain't just about y'all when it comes to the clothes. They do us like that too.
I okay, but okay,
The clothes
yes.
is the problem. The people that are making the clothes are the problem. So the only way to beat that problem is to do what?
You tell me.
And if you're not gonna beat the problem and you just gonna indulge in the thing in their goods they're selling, then you can't say I don't have an option. That's one thing you would never hear me say. You would never hear me say that, oh, if I'm finna indulge in buying these jeans that I know are nut huggers, you think I'm finna talk bad about them after I done gave them my bread? Because I was the asshole for buying it from them.
You're right. All right, we need to wrap this up. You got any other words of wisdom?
Quit getting trapped in the box. Quit
Yeah.
making them think. Quit letting people take your options away and put you in the box and say, well, you only got this right here. You beat once they get you there. Us as people are beat once they have us right there. Long as they know that you got an option not to fuck with them and you will exercise that option, it'll change at that point.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it from Mr. Words over there. Champ, you got any other words, or did you run away to bed?
Man, I just enjoyed just coming back for my first night back. And I wait till next Sunday, man, when we go live, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are gonna rock out, baby. I
Hey,
can't.
you still didn't answer my question.
What's the
Mr.
question?
Degree in Marketing.
Huh?
You still didn't answer my question.
What's that?
In business, is it best to be the producer or the store that actually sells the items?
It's best to be the one that's producing, selling to the store.
Checkmate.
was not the okay. Checkmate. Boom. He got it. Cause yeah. All right, fam. We are out till next week, possibly. We'll let you know. But y'all have a great week. Peace.
Peace.